as you guys would make your way out to the fire in the middle of Fort Vega Path, where you've kind of made it your habitual place to gather before a mission, get all your things together, exchange information, figure out what exactly the hell is going on. There's that familiar hustle and bustle, you know. You can maybe faintly glance off behind the druid's tent, and a little odd, as you, most of you at least, have seen Jericho at one point or another. He tends to kind of seclude himself away back there, but there's a little bit more of a discernible movement back there now, as he's been with the camp for a little while. Can see him kind of moving amongst the trees of the grove, no longer hiding himself as he was when he first came here. There's that familiar cacophonous sound from the barracks as your fellow soldiers do whatever the hell it is that they do in their free time while they're waiting for missions. Smell of cooking food from the kitchen as Belial prepares for the day. As you guys would all make your way and kind of gather around, being there for just a few moments before you'd watch pushing their way out of the shop would be both Sirius and Steve. Sirius with a flask in his hand, a little bit of grogginess under his eyes, kind of wearing a ruffled black shirt. Looks worse for wear. He steps his way out, kind of squints in the light of the early morning sun, as it is only about 10 in the morning right now. He kind of holds his hand up, blocks the sun, and takes a swig before he screws it back on, looks about, kind of glances to make sure that Steve is following behind him.
Steve is indeed behind, looking like his normal, slightly grungy self. Frog ever present on his head, knife at belt, ready to defend the shop from any and all intruders.
Sirius would. Very good, Steve. As he'd make his way over, kind of pad his way through the dew and covered grass, and observe this group that's seated around the fire. And so, this is what I'm working with. He kind of smirks. Sees a lot of you.
Looks to me that way.
Wonderful, wonderful. Going to get me a little bit of supplies, are you? Very good, very good. Been a minute since you lot have gone to the capital, at least to get me some things. From what I hear, a group of you, and I've heard some things. So he kind of fiddles with the small flask that he has, spins the cap on it idly. You hear it unscrew and screw back as he just kind of flicks it back and forth. All right, all right. I'd heard some word from some friends of mine in the capital. Got a little bit of a small bit of a message sent up. That sounds like things aren't so, what are we gonna call it, calm as they were the last few times you lot have been there to get things for me. So kind of glances about, seems to note who's sitting around, note your different physical differences. Is he, okay, well, it looks like you did better than the last group. I believe someone wanted to take a fucking kobold last time they went there. Maybe that was 2 times ago. Yeah. It was a whole shit show. But it boils down to, you lot are... You at least look decent. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to get your ways in. Once you get inside, keep your mouths shut, as per usual. If the heat is on, for whatever reason, you're probably not going to be able to find the things where we usually find them, yeah. As he would kind of observe you two who've been here before, yeah. As he'd point to Faye and Follier.
Yep. Yeah.
You recall where I took you?
Yes, sir.
Not going to be able to find the things there. If there is indeed something going on, you're going to have to go to the, I think the nice word for it is slums. A little bit of a shit area near the waterfront of Kerkalizer. Slip your way into the sewers. My friends have got a little bit of a, hideaway. Or when things get a little rough on them, yeah. And if you could, as he would produce a small parchment and kind of fold it up. Well, I guess question. Kind of points to Steve with the parchment in his hand. Steve wants to go. Are you okay with taking him with you?
Will they be okay with us taking him? So long as Steve,
Fetch the
so long as
somebody.
Steve promises not to beat us up too much, I think we'll be fine.
I guess
yes.
the one,
I'm not fight.
will he be able to get into the town there? You know, with him being a goblin and all.
Disguise.
How good is this disguise?
Magic
can you-
disguise. Very good.
Oh, I see. So we'll do something like that.
I mean, I'm fine with that if everyone else is.
Well, worst case scenario, I can make him invisible for a time.
A serious would turn, and he would crouch it down to Steve. Alright, you take this. As he would kind of just hold the small piece of parchment out to Steve. It's folded and has what appears to be a Knockwater Trade Company stamp on it in red ink. So he would
Okay. Takes paper.
Alright, give that to, if you guys do have to go to the hush hush area, yeah. Should be probably either human man, red hair, kinda tall, or a, halfling man. Kinda, normal size for a halfling. Black hair, kinda slicked back. Looking for either Vincent or Damien. Alright?
Which one is which?
Okay.
Vincent tall, Damien short.
Got it.
Right. And if you can't find either of them, then, he shrugs. Then, for once, I'm shit out of people who, point you towards. I hope for your sake that they're there.
Okay.
If not,
Give paper to person.
Eric's making notes in his journal.
And if the person is there, they should be able to give you at least most of the supplies. You can take my card if you want, as he kind of gestures to the card that he had pulled in on weeks ago. Any of you with a passive perception higher than 13 can see that as it's sat here in the rain and kind of been out in the elements for a small handful of days, that the paint is slowly chipping away, and there's very clearly another paint job under it. As you can tell, Sirius's paint job on this was kind of hasty and muddled, almost.
Look like it's at least still in functioning condition. Or is it just like paint's coming off?
It just looks like the paint's coming off. The card itself seems like it's okay.
Alright.
I mean, that'd be very handy, thank you.
Question,
Certainly
real
make
quick
it a lot
question.
easier.
I assume Faye and Follier know that, but to get it straight, there's someone we're supposed to be meeting for the up and up version. Then if things go wrong, we go to Damien and Vincent. But we can't find the up and up person. That's correct?
I'd say just if you start seeing things that look a little sketchy to you, if I wouldn't go to the place where I took you, then don't go there.
They can go with you, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Just
me and
follow
Faye
your
got
thing.
it. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we understand.
I do have a question, Sirius, and she'll produce like the token. How exactly do I go about using this?
He kind of takes a second to observe the token that you have, and just kind of holds it, and spins a gold coin out of his pocket, and holds it between his two fingers, almost kind of like just displaying the face to you. Just flashes you, go, boy. I think it's quite a nice thing to have. Never had one myself. He narrows his eyes for a moment as he sees the token in your possession. Weird. Just if you flash it to the guards, most of them shouldn't check you on it, ask you any questions. The fuck did you get that anyways?
I suggest asking Captain Tell. If she don't want to tell you, then I can't.
That's enough of an answer right there.
Serious would take a drink. Fair enough. Well, Shit, if you've got that, then you should be pretty well fucking set to at least get your way inside. Like I said, problem becomes making sure that there's no heat going on. Word to all of you, I guess, since not all of you have gone with me. If the situation looks too dicey, if it looks like I wouldn't walk into it, I wouldn't walk into it.
Okay.
Right. Alright, Steve, make sure they don't get themselves killed. As he pats Steve.
Yep,
on
yep.
the head.
Well,
Now killed. Got it.
Alright.
should we pack up this cart then and start heading out?
Sounds like the right move.
Does anyone here know how to drive the cart?
I would assume Folia.
It's land vehicles, I assume, right?
I can't drive it.
I know how to fall off horses.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought with the ranger, I thought you might have some animal skills to you. My apologies.
It's okay. Plus, I'm a bit tired, so I might not be the best person to be on the range at the moment.
Well,
Suppose
I
I
mean, if
can.
no one can do it, I guess I can. Sorry, did you say you can?
I was volunteering. If not the best with animals, but I can try.
We could try it together. How about that?
Alright. Take one side, I'll take the other, I guess, and where they like more. Drive.
Sirius would kind of hear this banter going on. He'd look down at Steve and just shake his head for a second as he walks into the shop.
Steve just shrugs.
Look at me like
You
that,
don't get
Steve.
killed either, yeah.
Okay.
And, without
Can Steve get into the cart unassisted? I want to watch this.
That's
You
a
guys-
wonderful question.
You guys
That
would
I
see
don't know the answer.
that at some point or another, due to Steve being around the shop and kind of probably making his way in and out of the cart so often, that Sirius has effectively taken what looks to be like a bit of a rope ladder kind of a thing, and just kind of set it in the back of the wagon. You can like unfurl it down.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Somebody
so,
help Steve
he
in.
probably has to like jump and reach to grab it and pull it down.
I will get
Plan
into the
for
back of the
his
cart
plan.
and toss the ladder down to him. Help Steve out.
Had it covered.
Sure you did, Steve. Sure you did.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get this thing set up. So, do we have to do an animal handling check to get the horses over to it?
Yes, two of you could give me animal handling checks. You have
Sure.
to kind of saddle them up, make sure they're
Look,
taken care
I
of.
got an 11.
I also got an 11. Twinsies.
You guys kind of make your way over, and you're able to retrieve a couple of horses from the stable. Oddly enough, you've not seen these two before. As you kind of make your way over, Jacob sees you fucking with the cart, kind of leads them out and kind of hooks them up to the cart. Does his best to make it easy on you. As you can see, you guys are having a little bit of trouble, kind of fumbling with the leads and all that sort of thing. See, all right, here you go. Here you
Thanks
go.
for the help.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Hello, horse.
Real quick, that's not one of these horses. Isn't the one that we've been told not to ride? Yeah.
Huh? No.
If we need a horse, I can bring mine.
It's just I remember vaguely being told that there was a horse that was exceptionally unruly. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't grab that same one.
No. The boy procured one or two in case well, he wouldn't tell me why, but
No problem.
I assume in case he pissed someone off.
When did you get a horse? I'm talking to Eric at this point. When did you get a horse?
You notice my lack of spending gold too often? Out of character channel points.
Oh, I knew that.
Well, anyway.
In fact, if the four of you are going to be on the cart, Faye, do you want to ride with me on Valkyrie?
I suppose I can.
Okay.
Should we be taking out horses more than we need? Is there room in the cart for all 4 of us?
There's room for all of you in the cart.
Yeah.
Okay, is there going to be room for all of us and supplies on the ride
You
back?
can sit on the crates and shit, but I mean,
Okay.
there'll be enough.
Okay, I
I've done
didn't
it before. It's fine.
know how much supplies we were going to be doing, so forgive me. Gotcha.
Traveling with a band in the back of an old Volkswagen.
All right, I'll sit in the rear, keep my eyes out.
Roadies.
You guys make your way open. Open the gate! Gates would swing open and allow you outward. You travel west for just a little bit as two of you sit at the kind of front, taking the reins and doing your best to guide each other and make sure that you're not like falling over one another as you're making your way along the road. It is somewhat clear today. There's a little bit of sunlight streaming down, the sound of the Journal Forest to your west as you're making your way along the High King's Road, the scuttle of animals in the underbrush. All in all, though, relatively peaceful, as some of you may recall kind of going out on this road when it was more infested with unsavory types, as it were. So you'd be making your way up, able to enjoy the relative quiet of the cart as you're trudging along. Kind of in the back, you'd see that there are still some odd remnants of crates, and you can hear like glass vials shaking around inside, and you can see that there are a few odd little containers that are up on like shelves within the cart itself that are just kind of sliding about as you guys are making your way through. For those of you who have been in it before, I believe Faye and Fall, you distinctly recognize that the small crate of what Sirius had called shit healing potions is still sitting in the back of the cart, still rattling about.
I'm gonna look at Lethamine. Did you get a token from one of them? That's where the ones in the front.
It'll be fine once we get there. I'm sure they'll step out, show it.
Alright.
This would ride for a couple of hours. You know, the cart isn't as fast as your standard horses, so you're kind of going about, the sound of the wheels creaking over what is a fairly well-made road at this point as you're getting further and further inland, kind of up into the area of Caracalliger proper. My computer's being incredibly slow at the moment. You would see kind of coming in off the horizon is those of you who have been this way before don't recall seeing many settlements outside of the small little village of Lehigh that's kind of in between, and that's always just been kind of a pass through, almost blow through it, and you'll blink and you'll miss it kind of a thing. As you're making your way, kind of get to the far side, closer to Caracalliger, making your way up the road, you would see that on the side of the road, kind of tucked away into a little bit of a small wooded area, almost a hollow, what appears to be a small camp, these red tents that have kind of sprung up out of seemingly nowhere. It has been a little bit of time since most of you have been here, but for those of you who have been here recently, you'll recall it was simply not there. You can see that there appear to be a few individuals milling about around what looks like a campfire kind of a thing, a fire pit. That small scent of acrid smoke that kind of wafts on the breeze towards you as you're riding along. You would see most of these individuals in the camp are somewhat lightly armored, wearing leathers, don't appear to have any weapons of too much concern on them. You'd see a sword on their hip, but none of them have them currently drawn. But you would watch as this woman would kind of step her way onto the road. As you've drawn closer, her what looks like more polished armor glimmering slightly in the sunlight as she would kind of step into the middle of the road. You guys would be coming from the south with the cart.
Alright. I'm gonna very subtly just give a little tap on the wood thing. Cart. I'm sitting.
This whole time, Steve has been like leaning out of the side of the cart, like wide-eyed, looking at everything.
Like a golden retriever, like a dog, like a dog looking out the window, car window.
He has not been outside of camp many times. This is very exciting to him.
Is
Quick question.
there...
Is it
Oh, yeah,
portion
yeah.
red?
As you're looking, give me a perception check.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, is there any identifying colors or anything I can identify any of them by?
Give me a
That's a 20. Dirty
Not
20.
one.
As you kind of
Not one for two.
Lethmir, as you observe the colors and the standards, you can see there is, in fact, some manner of like banner that's set right next to this main tent that's in the middle of the road, kind of billowing. You do not see the distinct kraken that adorns Horse's battle standards. You see what appears to be a wolf's head instead.
Wolf's head. Could
Oh,
I make
I
a
see.
check to see if I know, or I can identify
would
the
say-
wolf head?
I would say that you would not know these people.
I would not. Okay. Huh.
They're not Caladarian, though.
This is
They
not.
don't distinctly appear to be. They don't at least have the battle standard of House Kendrick anywhere that you can tell.
With my nat one, I have not seen this wolf mask
No.
thing.
Lathamir kind of relaying it to you guys. You wouldn't distinctly remember the wolf's head being a symbol of House Kendrick or Kirkaladir.
Do I remember it from? Is it the same wolf head from the explosive solution one?
You're not sure. You haven't seen it as well. So, this woman kind of makes her way out into the middle of the road, her hair kind of billowing behind her as she stands out. She has her hand on the pommel of her sword as she stands in the middle of the road and almost just kind of blocks your path. Kind of cocks her hips, stands with this very confident demeanor to herself as she watches the cart approaching, kind of holds a hand up as you guys get within about 15-20 feet of her. Hail!
Stupid hello.
Good evening. And would bring
Looking
the
at the
cart to a
forest.
stop to speak to them. What's
Looking at the sides.
Is there a problem?
What brings you this way?
We're heading into Kirkaladir.
Trade.
Great, really. She kind of makes her way forward and steps up within a few feet of the cart and kind of looks up at the lot of you. The two of you sitting at the front of the cart kind of looks back as there's that tent flap that opens into the back where you guys can kind of poke your heads through and see the outside. She, From
What
that
did,
direction? She points to the south.
Yes. What did you say your name was? Sorry?
I haven't given you a name yet. I'll give it to you when I feel ready.
You can call me Kay. Oh. Keep things a little civil.
Relax, gentlemen. Clearly, she's just trying to secure her position in the city. We're simply trying to do standard supplies. Nothing to be overly concerned about.
Applies for who?
Snay on the mission, the Ether.
Just for our party.
For your party, and that party wouldn't happen to be. You see, she steps up and is kind of almost walking along the side of the wagon now. She kind of tilts her hip back in one direction, cocks to the side. As
What
she
is happening
observes
with
the,
Can
logo.
I insight check her?
I see the other soldiers.
You can see into the back if you guys are poking your way out. Eric's obviously talking, kind of see that way through. Or Eric's kind of on the side, yeah.
Sorry, I figured at that point I kind of hopped off and I'm kind of at the back right corner of the wagon.
I see the other soldiers. Are they doing anything? They just vibing.
As far as you can tell, they've kind of made their way over to the edge of the camp, standing in the woods, but they haven't immediately kind of drawn weapons or anything. They almost stand with their arms crossed, almost standing right at the edge of the road.
Mind giving us a name before you get too close? It's being friendly is all. Happy to be
we're pretty
friendly.
friendly.
Oh.
We
That
just need
case.
to know who you're trading for. It's not that hard, is it?
Well, if you must know, we are representatives of House Palmer. Put down the Palmer family down in Bounty.
Perception.
17.
17? Kind of looks you over, narrows her eyes. I wasn't aware the Palmer family had any business with a... Kind of observes the logo on the side of the car, very clearly displayed Knockwater Trade Company, and that hasty writing that Sirius did whenever he painted this over at one point or another. A... Knockwaters? Is that one of you?
We're outsourcing. Borrow the
Outsourcing.
cart. work for the Palmers, and the Knockwaters just happen to run his
Sorry.
cart.
Is there something going on in the city or something? I mean, clearly this is some sort of a security check. Should we be aware of what's happening in the city?
Kind of looks you over from that way, and you don't know anything about what's going on to the south. None at all? None of clue as to why?
Unfortunately, I know a little too personally about what's going on down south.
Really?
No,
It's the
should
rumors
be
you
another.
hear from travelers.
So, can't hazard a guess as to why we'd be here.
I imagine it's for a security check, making sure we're on the up and up, you know? Fair enough, I say.
Could we have, as you said, it is a security checkpoint. Could we have your, anyone who's with you step out so we can ensure none of you bear Force's colors?
Oh, we are definitely not friends with Forza, that's for sure.
All deception.
Shouldn't be a problem.
I'm telling the truth, I do not like Horsa. Roll deception?
Your camp is certainly aligned with Orsa.
Yep.
24.
If you all could make your way out, we shouldn't have too much of an issue.
Faye
If what
would
you say is true.
fucking A. Faye would step out in her human appearance.
This woman.
Fire is human than just waves.
What's going on? I was taking a nap.
He's already shown his face as a goblin, so he's not disguising now. He'll clamber his way down.
Hi there, Steve.
The woman would clearly watch Steve clamber out of the cart.
I would,
kind
in Goblin, when Steve comes out, I'll say, Steve, don't worry, everything's okay. They're just making sure that we're not enemies.
I would say back in Goblin, I speak common and know what's going on.
Sounds good.
Not an
Thanks,
idiot.
Bloody hell.
Calm down, Eric, calm down.
And she would just kind of look you over.
This
She would
enough to
basically
satisfy?
just do a visual inspection as she walks down the line, kind of comes around the back, looks for any discernible Horsian standards on you or anything that might identify you as Horsians.
Faye would hold any kind of like blanket or whatnot that's over the back aside so she can look inside.
She looks around and kind of observes, does a little bit of a look through. Quite the cargo you've got. Interesting. She observes some of the random knickknacks that Sirius has left in the back of the cart over the time that he's been in the camp. She kind of makes her way down the line of you guys, stops at Steve, and just kind of looks down as this woman is like double his size. And just,
People just smile and give a little wave.
do you have this thing under control? She points to him.
Steve,
Yes,
jump.
Of course.
Steve, jump.
What?
Please jump. Looking at Steve.
You,
Can you
sorry,
please
out
jump?
of character, did you say jump?
Yes, please. I'm telling Steve, jump, please.
Steve will jump, looking a little confused. Why?
Steve, high five. I'm gonna put my hand out for him.
Steve just
Steve,
kind
know
of
what
would
I'm
shake his head watching this
High five,
happen
high
What
five.
does that
and
mean?
look down.
We're still trying to teach him, but yes, we have it under control.
Roll persuasion with advantage as Steve is putting on somewhat of a convincing display for you.
Steve doesn't know what's going on, but he's trying.
13 and a dirty 20.
Whatever. I'm not paid enough to deal with that kind of a thing. A simple toll fee, and you should be on your way. She holds her hand out to each of you in turn.
One for each? A little steep.
A lot of you, whoever has the gold. 5 gold?
How much? 5 gold
5.
total?
Mhm.
Faye would hand over 30 gold.
Oh,
Very generous. As she takes it and smiles at you.
And that's for the party.
Just opens the pack and just dumps the gold into a small pouch that she has on her side and tightens it.
Actually, I guess
What'd
it
you
would
say
be
your name was?
35. No, you may call me Faye.
Faye. Well, you may call me Kay. She smiles at you. Odd, isn't it?
hey.
The letter, or how do you? You know,
With an
it's
A and
probably.
Y.
Yeah, sorry, I'm.
It's a Y.
You kind of caught me in the middle of a nap.
I can tell. Thank you for your patronage, and thank you for being so cooperative. I'm sure House Kendrick will greatly appreciate it, and I wish you a safe travel. As she would step back off the road and just kind of gesture further up towards Caracaldier at this point.
Was that House Kendrick she referenced? Would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
As we're carting away, I would like to look back briefly, and I'm gonna give them a little wave, but mostly I want to see if they're like legitimate like guards, if they're like back to being bored as shit, or if it's like ha ha ha, we just did a robbery. The general vibe of what's going on as I look back and wave.
As you're looking back and kind of observing as individuals, as the woman kind of walks with this confident stride in her step back to the tent, you can see the soldiers kind of disperse as she makes her way back over. Yeah, roll me an insight check, if you'd like. You look around, try and observe, see if you can catch any subtle facial cues. Roll a disadvantage as you are kind of carting away a little distance.
So
away,
it's
hard
good
to reach.
6, and then not gonna be much better no matter what. So yeah, 6.
6? I mean, from this distance, as you're kind of in the cart and pulling away, it's hard to make out any discernible cues or tells, as they're not like slapping their knees or bending over and just guffawing at you. If they are laughing at you, they're doing a very good job of kind of keeping it together until you're around the bend, further up the road.
Does anybody wave back?
Oh, you see that she would catch you as you kind of wave at her, and she'd kind of give you a small, almost kind of a dismissive wave, as though she has better things to think about than this group of travelers who has just passed by.
All right.
By your generosity, as it were.
Look at left of me and go, well, I don't think we were robbed.
Of course we weren't robbed. It makes sense what they're doing, especially with what Horse has done. But anyway. Remember what Sirius said? If it looks dodgy, we don't go. But for now, it seems fine. Thank you, Yes, sorry?
I was just saying things are probably heightened up there, as you heard Sirius mention, I believe. Would make it seems very common to set up things like this.
Yeah.
Is there
I mean,
like a partition like between the cart and us at the front so we can talk to each other, or is it just like he's yelling like from the back or
There's
through
a
the
little,
wall?
like, it's cloth. You can pull it aside so you can all look into the back.
Yeah, she's probably just like leaning in between both of you.
By the way, one of you that has that token, would you mind to give it to one of us? That way we can just flash it out if I happen to have one of you.
I say
Well,
let's wait when
once we get
there.
closer, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. Question.
Steve or
Yes?
Tempest? Which?
Steve.
Steve.
Question. What is high five?
I will. Oh, Steve, it's take. Can you give me one of your hands, one of them, and put it straight up, open palm?
Okay.
I will
Okay.
demonstrate. And I will bring my one hand and the other hand and be like, so imagine two different people, and then I will take my hand and do just clap, and I will look at him and be like, now your turn, and I'm gonna raise up the other hand and do like the high five gesture.
Okay.
You smack it. It's easy. You don't smack it hard. You smack it easy. It's friendly.
Can I
What?
get a performance check on how well they do?
Oh my god.
Kind of look, and Steve just down at his hand looks at Clarion's. I mean, Steve, give me a flat charisma roll, like a straight charisma.
Yay.
Steve attempts to high five. 10.
As Sirius has kind of done, like he's imparted little social graces upon you in his drunken moments manning the shop with you, Steve. But and your time around the soldiers has given you those little bit of social cues. But even then, you kind of just look at the hand and it's kind of limp, and it's like that odd sort of awkward, just touch of the hand against the hand, and kind of look at the guy.
Good job, Steve. Now you can do it. Fight like that. You
Good
can
job.
do it.
Good job.
I'm gonna
Steve
take
has
my hand
acquired
and
emote. High five.
and then I'm gonna show him like the down low high five and try to teach him like down low, top. I'm gonna try to teach him the other two as well.
Give me an intelligence check. You guys are riding for the rest of the way. See how well you pick up the concept of high fives.
Oh gosh.
Also a 10.
Oh, 10. Steve gets high five, right?
Yeah.
Down low and
Achievement.
slow, kind of.
I'm not teaching him up too slow. I'm teaching him up top, down low.
Achievement
Down
earned.
low, it's a little-
High five.
You start saying high five, then down low. That starts not quite computing in Steve's brain. And it's like he gets the ideas. He can look, and he'll just kind of like again just put his hand against yours. But it's like there's no enthusiasm to it, or no like wider understanding of what this is.
It's a
you.
gentle touch.
Yeah, it's like a
Thank you,
gentle
Steve.
tap. It's like you get the sense that Steve might just start randomly walking up to soldiers now who have their hands at their sides and just tapping their hands.
Remember, Steve, consent is very important. If you want a high five, you have to ask or be asked for a high five first.
Okay.
Good job, Steve. And I'm gonna high five.
Steve will gently place his hand on yours.
Is it like an awkward like tap, or is it like a gentle tap, or is it like that awkward thing where someone high fives just a little bit too long and then goes down?
It's where someone high fives a little bit too long.
Excellent.
Gentle caress of the hand.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Steve.
Just real quick. When we get there, let's avoid giving out too much information. Rather not even give them our actual names. I mean, if they're
Probably a
doing
good idea.
if they're doing security checks, we don't want them to have any information on who we are or where we're from.
Okay. What is Steve's fake name?
I
Steve.
don't know.
Steve.
Steve. I don't like.
Don't like it? Don't like your fake name? Would you like a different fake name?
Yes.
How does Reggie sound?
Reggie. Steve is Reggie.
Good job, Reggie.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at everyone, but especially kind of look at Eric. Be like, if you don't think you're willing to lie or can't lie right away, sometimes it's best not to say anything.
Maybe just be a
Obviously-
little less forthcoming with information.
Don't tell them
Like-
anything they didn't ask for.
Yeah. There was a bit of eagerness to say who we were. But
Yeah.
whatever. I guess we should continue forward.
You guys would ride along for another couple of hours, making your way to the north. The horses eventually getting a little bit tired. You get the sense that they will greatly enjoy the little bit of time they can be stabled while you're in Caladir. It wouldn't be too awful long before you would see the familiar walls of the city kind of looming over the horizon as you'd make your way up and over the sort of hill that crests. You can see Caladir kind of nestled down below at that sort of bay area. You can see the waves rolling in on the far side. Here, the sea breeze and the gulls away from you. You got that odd sort of scent of sea air mixed with the refuse of a city, especially this kind of outer area that, if any of you have been here before, it is quite the unsavory area. As you can see, kind of around the walls proper, almost encroaching into these fields that surround a good portion of Caladir, there are tents kind of dotted every which way. It's appears to be what best you could guess would be refugees from various places around the island of Alarin who have made their way here at some point or another. As you would ride up, you would eventually hit this larger wall. As you can see, as you're getting closer and closer, that there are guards who kind of control the battlements above. They stand with bows, crossbows in hand, looking down at the various people who are milling about, keeping their eyes on what looks to be a smaller line of people who are kind of stepping their way up towards what's like a proper security checkpoint rather than just a tent out in the middle of the woods. You can see that there are a few that are kind of just standing there. They will walk their way up. Someone rolls forward with a cart ahead of you guys. This larger man, kind of bulky, blondish hair, walks forward, seems to ask a few questions. See, he snaps his fingers, points to the back. Someone kind of moves around the side, looks into the wagon for just a moment before making their way along.
While this is happening, I'm looking back at Steve and going, Steve, Reggie, you know what a human child looks like? You know what a
No.
child is?
Yes.
so-
Before we would actually get too close to inspection point, while under the cover of the wagon, she would lean forward, palm the token to Clarion and cast Eagle Splendor on him.
Oh, sounds fancy. Wish I knew what it was.
You give you advantage on any charisma checks.
Awesome. I'm telling Steve,
I want that back, by the way. And she'll just slowly go back into the back.
you try to teach Steve how to look human. Use your thing. Can you look like human, like a young human? Steve, Reggie.
Yes. Maybe, probably.
I think Steve will be fine.
Probably shouldn't have.
I don't know if Steve has ever seen a human child before.
I think the closest you would have gotten in your time, Steve, would be like, Steve's seen
dwarf.
Cora, right?
Has
Steve's
he?
seen Cora? I believe
I don't
so.
think he has.
Closest you'd have is Sirius. Then Sirius, I believe, is the youngest member of the camp.
I mean, there's been halflings and gnomes around.
Yeah, you got smaller individuals you can clone, but younger humans would
Human child.
I think Faye would possibly be able to take on the form of a human child and look like this.
If we're seeing refugees,
minus the horrible baggy clothing.
Yeah. As you look around,
The horrible baggy clothing.
Steve, roll perception for me as you're kind of looking out around this area that you're riding your way into.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're kind of looking around and observing these various refugees, most of them are what appear to be humans and most of them adults, but you can see a few small kind of scattered forms that are making their way in between these little tents, the shantytown kind of deal that they've got going on out here.
Do I see any of these children so I can point out that's what I'm looking for?
I'm sorry?
I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a child. Can I tell Steve that? Or
I mean, yeah.
I'd be like, that's a child. And look like that with hair, different colors. Different color.
Okay.
Children kind of running past the cart.
With all of this knowledge he's gained from Faye changing and from seeing the children running around, he's going to attempt to cast Disguise Self and look like a human child.
Okay. Roll me your spellcasting modifier, Steve.
Yeah. 19.
19. So you guys watch as after Steve stands there for a moment, kind of concentrates, you hear him murmur the words for Disguise Self. Kind of grows a little bit. It's a little bit not quite taller, but slightly. You can run your hand above. You see that the head kind of shrinks a little bit, takes on a more human appearance. The only thing that remains more goblin-esque is actually like as Steve kind of looks down at himself and observes, and he looks pretty convincing, right? Like if you saw this kid on the streets of Caercaldy or anywhere else, you, for the most part, probably wouldn't notice too much until Steve looks up at you and just kind of like nods. And in that moment, as you can see his lips part, you can see that his teeth have remained goblin-esque as you couldn't see the teeth.
Nice. Who does he look the most like? As a like, who would we? If we were to say he's my kid, whose kid would he look like the most?
Well, you got changelings, so they can look about just like anybody. So
Okay.
I mean, to the best of your knowledge, just looking around at your small group, I mean, Steve's got this kind of like darkish kind of brunette hair, a little bit more of a tan to the skin, not quite like actual like olive complexion, but not the pale alabaster that you're kind of associated
Not me.
with
Not
some
me.
other people that are perhaps further north. That's up to you as you guys kind of make your way up and can see that you are approaching the checkpoint as Steve. You can kind of look down, taking your new form, still wearing your pretty similar clothes, except maybe a little bit more different sized, as it were, a little less shabby, perhaps, to the best of your ability. And kind of watch this guy makes his way up.
Yeah, the frog is still on Steve's head, to clarify.
I would look at Faye and be like, you mind if like him? G. You'll be ready's mother or sister, your choice. Brother or father.
I guess Faye would try to take on some of the appearance of sister, I guess.
Thank you very much.
You can make your way up. This guy would approach the front of the cart, two guards flanking him. You see these two guys that are with him are kind of like shrimpy, noodly compared to this guy, as he is a mountain. Kind of like has to be at least like 6'4", stocky shoulders, like a linebacker. Got this short-cut blonde hair, sort of a trimmed beard. Looks like a less Viking Eric, like a more well-maintained Eric. Kind of makes his way up and looks over the cart, looks at the two of you on the front. Business?
Yes,
I-
here for business.
Would pull out at that point. I would pull out. Wouldn't pull it out, but I have the coin ready in case.
Just
kind
here
of
to do
Okay.
some trading, if that's fine.
do some trading. Got a lot of people here doing some trading.
Okay.
So he would kind of look up at you and narrow his eyes. He would look over you, Lathamir, sitting at the front.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see there's like this odd sort of recognition that hits him as he takes in your features, and he kind of steps back, like leans back on one foot as he just looks you over.
I'm gonna at this point. I'm gonna
Right,
show off
insight
the
check.
token. I will show off the token at this point.
Go ahead, Lathamir.
I got a 10 on insight.
Something about you has piqued his interest. You're not quite sure what. Aaron, as you'd hold out the token, kind of showing it palm up, he would look at it. There'd be a little bit of a, not quite a double take, but a little bit of a start, right? His eyes would go on it. His shoulders would stiffen up a little bit. His head would cock somewhat to the side. He would, roll me a persuasion check.
You get that at advantage.
Come on, I was almost at 18, so 10. Jesus Christ, this is what you think I'm good at.
Very good. So he would kind of point his fingers, and the two guards begin to move around the back and kind of open the tent flap that kind of makes up the canvas back of the wagon. They glance their way inside, see the rest of you just cluttered in the back, sitting on the various crates that have been scattered about inside. And these two guys kind of count each of you, and then 4 back here, they would call out, and traveling with a lot of people, aren't you?
We need a lot of hands, she would say, and she's like leaning with her hand on her knee, just kind of like half, trying to look half awake.
Eric kind of just
You know the
grunts. Mm.
Polygraph is on the other
roads.
side with a blanket over him, just like leaning up against the wall of the cart.
You know how it is these days. The roads aren't that safe. It's better to have people to protect us than to be caught off guard and lose everything.
Alright. Points it back. Roll me a persuasion, Lathamir, please.
I assist.
How would you like to
Improvise.
assist? As you hadn't said anything at that point.
At that point, I'm just, I assume the token plus just a matter of, I'm like stiffen myself up as if like I'm the party, just being like, yes, we have important business.
I got a flat 17. Don't worry about the assist.
All right then.
See, you just shit time these days, isn't it?
It is.
Need the standard entry fee, and then you can go ahead.
Sure, how much will that be?
200 gold.
Oh. I only have
I'll pay
160.
I'll pay 250 gold.
Alright.
Alright. No. A little bit more. 50 from any of you. He kind of points to the direct. You said 150 correctly to me.
I said 250.
250. Okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
Oh. Alright. Thank you very much. We tuck it away and just kind of. Feed points to the two guys at the sides who have still been looking at you, and you get the sense that they kind of look, and there's that silent kind of nod between the two of them as he taps the sizable coin purse at his side. They just walk up and knock their fingers on the side of the cart before he points his thumb back over his shoulder. Good to go.
Thank you very much, and I'll give him a nod as we go past.
Begin to make your way inside. Coming into
What kind of a... Oh, don't worry, you described him earlier. I forgot.
I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm looking back and waving, and I want to see like guards are like scrambling, like go get the boss, like I want to see if there's like a commotion now. Alright.
If they are alarmed.
Yeah.
Best you can tell, there doesn't appear to be.
Right.
They seem like as soon as you guys roll by him, they walk up to the next cart or the next individual who's kind of rolled up.
I truly do not give a shit. The token did nothing. Got it.
I'm gonna lean into the back of the cart. Hey, two of you had been here before, correct? Do you know where we're going? Do you mind leading the way?
I think first thing
Now
we
that
need
we're
to
here?
do is park the cart.
I thought that would work. Yes.
We should take the cart back, but
And Faye would also hold out her hand for the token.
I would give the token back.
keep in mind
Exactly.
that this might be a little bit different than happened last time. So
Hey, what exactly is that token? You didn't seem.
don't worry
Seems-
about it.
Doesn't help.
No, it probably did more than you think.
RHIP.
How much did you pay?
250.
It helped.
It's good to know.
As you guys would roll in, making your way into this odd area, as you don't immediately actually hit the streets of Caracaladir. As you would actually roll in, you would see that you've kind of gone into this odd intermediary area. I'll throw up a kind of visual depiction of what you're looking at.
Customs.
Somewhat, as you can see that it is some manner of a holding area. There's the larger wall that you've just gone through on the far side. You can see you are on a manner of bridge that passes through. You can see there is a smaller wall in front of you. Appears to be much less, I would say heavily guarded, as you don't see as many individuals patrolling the battlements. They aren't quite as uptight, it would seem. You can see the individuals are kind of leaning on their spears as they're standing there. They just kind of are briefly glancing over the people who are making their way in. You'd see they would step forward, and as someone would kind of make their way up, they would just kind of wave their hand. You can see they look quite shabby. They appear to probably be a refugee as these individuals turn them away. This whole area stinks heavily of refuse and not quite like fecal matter, but more unwashed bodies and things of that nature. As you can glance around and see that this is some manner of smaller shantytown within this holding area of Caracaladir. You can see that some of these people have probably been let in from the outside. They are dressed very similarly. They appear like the common people that you've seen all around the island, right? But they are still living in these kind of hovels. As you can see, some of them are barely kind of managing to conjure up lean-tos that they have strewn about in this area.
As someone that like comes from like big city life, like does this look like a refugee like happened to think other thing, or does it look like just a standard slum?
It looks much worse off than a standard slum, as these individuals, you can see they're unwashed. Some of them are malnourished. They're struggling.
It looks like something that like has not been part of the city. This is like
It's
wartime refugees. It's
yeah, that's what I'm asking. It's not like a slum, like oh, this
it
is the poor
certainly
part
looks
of town.
like wartime refugees. You can have the thoughts from the
Not,
outside.
and not the poor part of town. Got it.
Yes. You can see that these individuals are kind of scattered about. They're men, women, and some children kind of lying under these cloth tents. You can see they're kind of lying half in the sun, half out, bones protruding in various places on their arms or legs. Some of them you can see their ribs. A few children run by, but you can see the gaunt faces, the sunken cheeks, the hollow eyes. You can tell that they have not been living well here. And as you're kind of making your way through, there is a man who stands on the bridge, kind of in the middle between the two walls. He looks to be dressed in a better livery than the rest of the people around. Kind of a odd cloak, just covering what you think would just be common clothes. He kind of rings a bell and murder in the city. King's brother, many nobles, dispatched. Murderers still at large, as he calls out. And you can
Sorry,
see
what was that?
many nobles killed, murderers still at large.
King's
Murder
brother
in the
was
city,
one.
the king's brother, and many nobles. And the
No,
murder
that's
is still at
that's
large.
quite concerning. We should definitely make sure that we let people know anybody else who might be coming out this way.
Yes, it's definitely true. Did it sound more like King's brother, he did it, or King's brother, also one of many nobles?
The
It
king's
sounded
brother was
like the
killed.
King's
sounded like
brother
the
is
king's brother
King's
and
brother
many
and many
nobles.
Alright.
Eric wasn't involved in the last mission, so he's gonna lean over to Faye. Was that y'all?
No, this is the first time I've heard of it.
Okay. Not gonna be guilt tripping here, but some of us here aren't exactly
I rolled a
innocent.
27 deception, just saying.
With my passive perception, did I hear that? That was 16. I've heard
No.
that.
As you guys are making your way in, you can see that the folk who are here seem mildly unperturbed by the news. They're kind of lying about, and some of them look at the guy. Some people who are kind of making their way into the holding area behind you will stop and listen, crowd about him for a moment before making their way on. As you get the sense that the people who are staying here have heard this news, and it doesn't appear to be anything new to them, and they probably have more things to worry about rather than the assassination of some nobility that he was fine with leaving them out here. So you guys would make your way in.
Anyone look like a... Is there a guard, like a community leader, or anyone? Was like they're quote-unquote in charge?
As far as you can tell, there's just a small collection of guards that stands outside and kind of is keeping watch.
Well, listen, we're here to trade. Whatever's going on is irrelevant to us.
We're here for one thing and one thing only. Let's just
To catch the killers.
Let's focus on getting the supplies back to the camp.
They're not paying us to catch the killers.
I'm not paying us to catch a killer.
why the hell do
Frankly,
we care about the
less
killers?
nobles. Less nobles, the better.
Gallows humor.
Anyway, so where the people who were here last time, Faye and Failure, correct? Where do we park this cart? Do
I'll
you remember?
Oh, right over there.
we'll try to take them to where we parked last time with Sirius.
Yeah, as you guys are able to roll into that main gate proper, the guards would just give you kind of a glance over, see that you do have like a trading company stamped on the side of your cart, and will note as perhaps one of you flashes the coin as you go through. They don't seem to really care too much as you make your way in. The streets of Carcaladir are a buzz with activity. Contrary to the outside, you can see that there are quite a few guards just as you kind of make your way in, stomping about, the sounds of their metallic boots echoing off as they are making their way through. That small patrol that kind of moves past the main gate further into the city. You guys can see that small stable off to the side where Sirius had stabled the cart the last time you would come here. The small gentleman, you get the sense, halfling trying to pass himself off as a human, you had seen before, kind of sees it roll in, sees the name on the side, and kind of nods to himself, makes his way up.
Hello there, hello there.
Hey guys, I've got real life in a minute, so I need to be quiet for a moment. I'll be back in a bit.
Cool.
Makes his way up.
Hello there, sirs. Need a place to park your cart?
Yes, we do. Would you be able to help us with that?
Fantastic.
Would you be able to
Sorry.
help?
Of course. Anything for friends of Sirius? You didn't just kill him and take his card, did you?
Absolutely not.
Doing that,
sure.
no. I would joke.
What's your name, sir?
Mine?
Yeah.
I prefer not to give it for business reasons, especially when I'm
Pseudonyms
working.
are fine. Just something that we know what to
Synonyms.
send you.
Do you give out synonyms for all your names? You can call me Hay, if that would be good for you. It's what I feed the horses.
Ah,
Straw, whatever.
Hey, sounds good. My fake name is
Vladimir
Kay.
would laugh.
Drug. Alright, come on. As he would guide he would take the reins from you and guide the cart into this stable and just kind of deposit it and tie it up. Alright. Please enjoy your stay in Kirkaladir. And if
Alright.
anything happens while you're here, I never saw you.
Actually,
Appreciate it.
right before stepping out of the thing, she's going to upcast her Eagle Splendor defense ability to 3rd level to cover herself and Clarion. If-
This guy sees you kind of doing the.
This would be before I got out of the cart.
Okay. See.
And I do my incantations in Sylvan.
Who the fuck of yours is speaking Sylvan? He murmurs as he's kind of making his way back over. You guys can all pile out with Reggie, as it were, in tow.
Yes, I am
Reggie.
Reggie. Totally, 100%.
100% Reggie.
Jeeves, you
Normal
know what a
human
percent
child.
is? You know what a percent is?
I don't know.
I would think if he runs the store, he would understand cents.
I mean, whatever. Not important. I'm going to fish out 3 gold and palm them over to Kay.
Thank you. He'll take it, tuck it into his pocket. Very good, very good. I see that you are friends of Sirius. He's obviously taught you.
Friends in every place, my friend. Friends in every place.
Good for you. Good for you. Now, hurry along. I don't want to be keeping this too long, especially if He kind of glances. And he's like, "Oh, he did a really shit job with that, didn't he?" As you can see that he's observing the chipping and fading paint job that Sirius gave the wagon. All right, hurry before that gets worse.
Fair point.
Understood.
Thank you. We will see you.
Well,
You
I
will
was
see
gonna
the
hand back
card
for.
eventually.
I was gonna hand back for a second. Just wait till everyone leaves and changes into a different appearance to a new human form. Just for right now.
Yeah, as you guys kind of take up your disguise, begin to make your way through the city. Could one of you give me a perception check?
Shall do it. Perception? Could have been better. 16.
As you kind of keep your eyes and ears out like the mirrors, you guys are making your way through the streets. As I said, it is crowded, and there are various individuals kind of strolling through and doing what it is they do in Caracaladir, along with the guards that appear to be more active than outside. As you don't go too far before catching fairly routine patrols that kind of stomp their way by, pikes in hand. You can hear that as you're making your way that there are more of those criers who are just calling out, "Nobles slain, king's brother amongst them, murderers still at large." And as you'd be making your way through, with a 16, as you kind of look around, you'd be able to note, as you're kind of glancing over your shoulder, kind of trying to take in all this around you, make sure perhaps your things aren't being stolen from you in this crowd. But there appears to be someone kind of trailing behind you. Looks to be
Okay.
a individual wearing a dark cloak. He's not making himself obvious. You'll see that as you're making your way along, he'll kind of make his way over to a small stand or two, just kind of pick something up and examine it for a moment, glance over, see you guys walking away, set it down, begin to walk after you.
Can I tell the group, just hold on 1 second. Keep walking. I'll catch up. And I want to try to duck around a corner where he can't see me, and use my tattoo to disguise self and change my appearance
Okay, what would you like to look like?
into just a regular, like, commoner human that would be seen in this part. Like, nothing that would stand out.
Okay.
While this is happening, I'm gonna like touch someone's shoulder and like point at something random and be like, "Hey, that looks interesting." To like get, I don't know, someone's following us.
I like step away from the group around a corner.
Okay, sorry, I take that back. I don't know. I don't know why he's doing it. Okay.
As Lethamir steps away, and the guy kind of he glances over, watches him dip into an alleyway, but continues to follow along behind. As Lethamir, you're able to come back out, now disguised as this human man. For the best of your knowledge, you weren't seen whenever you stepped through.
And I just want to get closer to him and see if I can identify them.
All right. As you get closer, kind of rock up beside the guy. Do your best not to look as suspicious as possible. Give me a perception check.
Perception. That is 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you kind of step up and look him over, there's nothing too instantly identifiable about this guy. He looks, to the best of your knowledge, just like most shifty people do in cities, as far as you would know. He doesn't have any like distinguishing marks or features. He almost looks like as plain as one can be. As he kind of glances at you, seems to notice you walking up beside him, and quickens his step as he follows the group. Where are you guys headed?
So I'm asking Fanny Fire, do you guys know where we're going?
So, here, seeing one of our group just straight up just leaves. Look at Faye. What do you think? I don't think it's safe for us to go to the usual spot right now.
Before we go anywhere, we need to wait for Lethamir to get back. Where did he go?
Wait, is Lethamir? Huh. Thought he just slowed down.
That's why I don't know where he went. But
We were probably stopping and looking around. But he said that. I'd see if I can find Lethamir. I wouldn't know what he looks like. I'm just looking around.
I'm assuming he probably noticed something.
Sneak off as people do.
Well, if one is missing, he had a good reason. I recommend we stay the hell put. Chances are if he slipped off, he sees us, he'll get back in touch.
Should we at least look like we're doing something? So we're not just sitting here with thumbs up our exteriors?
Is there a market or anything around here that looks like it could pose as a shop?
Actually, now that I think about it, there is something that I would like to do. You all know where Gavin Senior's blacksmith is? Hey, Follier.
Would I know where that is?
Would you know? What's your knowledge now?
I don't know who that is.
Same.
But,
probably pad the palm of a god, and they could probably tell you exactly where.
Listen,
and
we can.
This entire time, holding the fucking like coin, token, whatever it is, in her fucking hand in her robe.
That's exactly what I plan to do.
You're holding the coin just kind of out? Are you?
No, it's like in her hand, like her hands like clenched and in a pocket, in pockets.
Okay, I was gonna say keeping it in your possession though, just kind of making sure.
Yes.
Okay.
One quick second.
As
her,
yeah,
that's probably the most important thing to her.
And then I guess we should just head over to the what was it? Serious at the slums. Looking for other potential contacts. I think we should start off there first. We'll go find the stray later, or he'll find us. Doesn't matter.
Just hope he doesn't get caught.
If he gets caught, we don't know him. But hopefully it doesn't come to that, because it's gonna be on our asses.
As you guys begin to look around Carcaladir, kind of observe the area that you're in, try and figure out where exactly Sirius might have been pointing you to, as he was kind of vague with his directions. Give me an investigation check. Whoever's going to lead the way.
That would be
Whilst
with-
they're moving, I assume that the guy's still moving around. I'll kind of walk up. Oh, sure. I'll wait.
Give me an investigation, please.
Yeah, I'd have to roll that disadvantage. God damn it, how do I do this? Okay, there we go. Ooh, not so good. I'll be an 8.
8. As you're kind of beginning to make your way through and look around, you're struggling to make head from tails in this place, as you've been in various areas of the city before, but you haven't really explored and kind of, mapped out the place mentally. You're not quite sure where you might be going in this case, as you begin to kind of just idly wander around Carcaladir. If you guys do, Lathamir, what were you doing?
I would kind of just walk up next to the guy who was following them and say, "Do you have some business with us?"
He would kind of turn, glance towards you, look you over, narrow his eyes. I don't believe I have business with you.
Well, is there a reason that you are following our
I
group?
don't have business with you. You
I
very
understand.
specifically.
Well, if you'd like to come talk to the one that you do have business with, feel free. And
Just make
I'll walk
sure
back
you
to the
don't do
group.
anything stupid.
So you're just keeping an eye out. That's good to know.
As this man could then make his way back up to the group. You guys don't immediately identify this as Lathamir unless he transforms back. This looks like a human man kind of walks up and pushes into
When
your
I
group.
when
Can
I
I
get back
help
to the
you,
group,
sir?
I'll drop it.
What's up? In public? In pub? What you doing?
It is also, by the way, if people do want to try to figure out if it's me or not, I think it's
Intelligence check.
DC 13.
Yeah. So you walk up and to see Lathamir approach you guys. Seems to be disguised. The best
I'll
you
walk
can
up
tell.
as a different person, and as soon as I get into the group, it'll just drop.
This is like full public view. Everyone walking, isn't it?
Yep. I'm gonna.
Yep.
Dude, why would you
Why
do
would you
that?
do
Oh,
that? I'm looking around. Our guards like watching us now, instantly. People freaking out.
As Lathamir walks into the middle of you guys and shifts as he doesn't inform you of what he's about to do or anything, you can hear this very distinct, "Oi, what the fuck?"
God
You
damn
can
it.
watch as a few guards are kind of perk their heads up and see you guys making your way.
God.
"Oi, you!" They begin to make their way
Oh.
towards you guys.
God fucking
Damn it.
no.
Jesus fucking.
Uh-oh, uh-oh,
Hi.
uh-oh, uh-oh,
Hi.
uh-oh.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's
Fine.
not fine, you
It's not
fucking
fine.
idiot. Oh my god. Okay.
Because I haven't been here and know not to use magic. Okay.
Alright, these guards are making their way up to you. What do you guys want to do?
Okay.
You can see, looks about 6 of them are making their way over.
Is something
We can't do
problem?
anything. Do anything. Lots
Faye,
of
I
shut
am
up.
hiding
Faye.
behind Faye's legs.
Faye, Faye,
Wait, don't talk. Hi.
uh,
Can we help?
Faye,
Yeah. Can we help? Can we?
Chaos.
This guard makes his way up. You can see that you got. I'm gonna drop a map down now, actually.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh dear, dear. So you guys have made your way further into Carcaladir, and you're in somewhat of a nice little area. It's a kind of a brook running through the middle. You got some residential businesses and people milling about who all turn to look as the commotion happens. You guys would actually be on the eastern side of this map, kind of where the stalls are in the southeastern corner, just about here. You can see where I'm drawing here. Is my, as I said, my computer is being unbelievably slow tonight for some reason. probably a fucking Windows update that I didn't install. As you can see, guards have begun to make their way over. So I need to grab
Where are we
them.
coming from? Where are we
I'll
from?
You'd be
greet the
right
guard
in the middle here.
nonchalantly.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to load.
So which way are they approaching from?
They're approaching from all sides.
All
As
sides.
3 have made their way from the north, 3 are making their way from the south.
Which was the one who called out?
The one of the 3 to the north, one in the center. You
Alright.
can't see anything as he's wearing a helm, has his face covered, has a pike in his hand.
I'll step forward to him, like in front of
doing?
everyone, and say, "Is there something wrong?"
Yeah, there's something the fuck wrong. I just watched you turn into someone else.
Oh,
Sir, who are you? Get away from us.
Who am I?
Not you, the other weird one here.
I think he's talking to me. Have I done something wrong?
Yes, you have. Or at least we're fucking
Oh.
suspicious of you now.
Well,
We
would
got
you
fucking
like?
murderers running around and we got fucking people changing their faces. Sounds like a really
I-
good combination to me, doesn't it?
Well, listen, if you'd like to take me somewhere for questioning.
Considering he did it in public, I don't think he's intelligent enough to be with you. Considering he did change his face in public. And of character, I'm apologizing for this in advance. What race is Lethamir?
Moon elf. High elf, I guess.
I'm gonna look at. I assume the scar is human, right?
Yeah, look, well, I mean, it's hard to tell. Can't see beyond the helm, but you'd assume.
You know how
Listen,
some
sir,
the peoples are. Heads up in the clouds, you know.
if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
He would kind of look you over. His eyes glance over the rest of these individual guard to have made their way. Or you step the fuck forward. Yeah. She would point to you, Lethamir.
Yep,
All the
I'll
rest of
step
you stay
forward.
the fuck back.
Will do.
Fine by me.
What's your fucking name? As he would look you over, Lethamir.
My name is Lethamir.
Where are you from?
I am. Where I'm from no longer exists, unfortunately.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Sure
Oh, it's-
thing. I
no,
mean, it's not. It's the true.
Was there any assist? Any
I mean-
assist from the he's a head up
Fuck
in
no,
the
you can't
clouds,
assist.
weird
Nope.
guy.
Nope.
That is a 2.
See, no longer exists. Yeah, that sounds like a real fucking convincing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure you're aware of the Snowden forces, correct? To the south. I was a part of a village of more people like me, and we were attacked. A couple weeks ago. Currently, there's only 3 survivors of us left. Me and 2 others.
He looks back and observes the rest of you guys. Do you know this man?
I'm gonna look at Faye and like, you want to continue with your lie or mine? I'm not saying that. I'm like just giving her a look of like, you can take the lead.
Yes, he was wandering out the forest. He seemed like a decent fellow. Helped us out with some foraging and whatnot on the way here. I hired him on as a guard. He's obviously not quite familiar with Caledarian systems.
Well, persuasion or deception, Faye.
Fucking A. Flat 20.
Flat 20. He kind of grits his teeth as he observes the rest of these individuals around you. I'm just going to drop him down for now. His computer's being unbelievably slow. Cross his arms over his chest.
He will not do it again, I'll make certain.
Give me one more persuasion check.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Oh, that's 28.
Observe the rest of you. We're gonna keep our fucking eyes on you. Kind of tap the staff, look at the others who are around. Begin to
I
step
would
his way
give
back.
a small bow and say, yeah, I'm sorry.
You, as you would point to Faye. Keep a fucking eye on your friend, keep him in check. If he does that kind of shit again, then he's gonna get fucking arrested.
Set.
Understood. Out of character real quick. I am so sorry. I completely forgot. That was a big brain fart on me.
Fucking shit.
I am so sorry.
I mean, it totally works for what the fuck is your game? Lethamir. Like your memory's gone
Works.
for the most part.
Oh, that was a complete brain fart.
Let's take a 5-minute break.
Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Holy shit. I thought Steven was gonna be a problem. I thought Goblin
Oh
Boy was
man,
gonna help us out.
I completely blanked on that being a problem, and then it happened. And I was like, oh yeah, oh my bad.
Yeah, Steve was told that he needs to look like a human child, so he's just over here humaning.
Steve is not our problem today.
Steve is doing great. MVP right now.
Ooh. Ooh. That is I take full responsibility.
The main MVP right now is Faye for talking out of that one. That's
Yeah.
That's an out of 10.
I was legit sitting there like, oh my god, who's
I was ready to be like, all right, well, Lethamir's gone. We don't know him.
I was ready for you to do it.
I did do it, but they didn't go with it. So
me and Faye had 2 different lies. So they're just like, who's going with the lie?
Mental note, next time, cover stories.
No, it's too much effort to think of a cover story. You gotta do it on the spot. It's more fun that way.
You know, don't give away names or information.
You just
Immediately gives out his
accidentally
name.
slipped into your character.
No, this is different. This is a different scenario.
It's not a
Holy shit! This was
we could get the fuck arrested. I would rather tell them who I am. Plus, I'm just a moon elf. Like,
I don't give a shit. They're a city of racists.
Yeah.
It's just magic.
Yeah, but I'm a part of the group.
Rephrase that. We wouldn't get arrested. You would get arrested.
Yeah, this is a you problem.
That is 100%
Well, exactly.
That's
why I can be honest, and you guys can lie and say whatever the fuck you want. That's what I
It's the
was
thing though,
leaving that
you
option
being
open.
honest. Listen, this city ain't exactly the most tolerant, so Elf Boy with magic probably isn't going to be handled too well by magic cops. Net cops right
I'm a
here.
local. I'll be fine. I could have talked my way out of it slowly over time. Eventually. Oh shit, man.
2 weeks from now, Sage always is going to DM you. So, new character sheet, huh?
I just full blanked on the whole, like, no magic.
You're lucky we took a break.
Hey,
I was
before
going to
that-
step up and ask Faye, would you like me to secure him, ma'am?
Before that, though, pretty badass move, don't you say?
You slipping away from the party and not telling anyone, that
I
was
did.
pretty
I said,
cool.
hey, guys, keep going. I just got to do something real quick.
I had no idea what it was. You say, I gotta do something. That's a pretty big. It's cool. It's cool.
Look, if I would have done it differently, I wouldn't have dropped it in the middle of the street.
Oh, but lots of things lots of things.
Everything else I would have redone the exact same. God damn. Oh man, I feel dumb now. I forgot that that's the thing.
Faye's got the one brain cell today. Faye and somehow Steve. Faye and Steve have this brain cell today.
Oh, that was silly.
Steve's doing just fine. I got no complaints.
He has the brain cell sometimes.
Clarion never has a brain cell, but he is very good at acting like he does.
Really? I always thought Clarion was pretty smart. He fooled me well.
He's a good bullshitter. That was the goal. Make a good bullshitter.
I guess the
Woof. Fucking
Is
cold in
everyone
my
here?
room right now.
what was
Yeah.
that?
Is everyone here?
I believe so.
I think so.
Two.
That
I
was
don't
a
think
bit of a
I don't think
whoopsie.
anyone was. Don't think anyone was leaving after what just happened.
Oh,
That was a
I
bit of
left
a
for a
whoopsie.
second.
Yeah, I ran out to use the banyo.
All right.
Thanks for the save.
You guys come back and kind of look around. The guards stepping away, though definitely keeping a wary eye on all of you. You'd see they would kind of, as you're making your way past, it would very distinctly look and note that you have a child just kind of with you. Kind of look and murmur to each other as they see Reggie, as it were, walking alongside all of you.
Reggie is sticking very close to Faye's legs.
Faye holds her hand out to like lead the child on.
Out of
Let me.
characters, what I was briefly gone. Did they get instructions for where a blacksmith is? Or did that not happen?
Oh, these guards aren't
Not
telling you
happen.
shit, buddy boy.
Oh, I mean before
Let
that.
me.
But there was like a 5-second thing where I got up for like a second.
No.
Okay.
I don't think we did. I would address the party and say, yeah, sorry about that.
No magic.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
keep
my
just keep the
memories.
magic around here in the low and around any of these people.
Yeah, that's my fault. Won't happen again. I promise.
Well, for the remainder of this, you're my hired guard. Stay close.
Well,
Um,
at least that
Also,
answered our question. We're not going the normal route
what
or the normal place.
Listen,
the reason I did that?
actually,
There's a guy following us. He said specifically he has no business with me, so I'm assuming he has business with one of you. He said he was just keeping an eye on us to make sure we did nothing stupid.
Without looking
seems
around,
like
is
we
he
just did.
still following us?
And can I make a perception check, like stealthily, to see if he's still following, without
Yeah,
drawing
give
too
me a
much attention?
perception. Give me a perception.
That is fucking 7.
Best you can tell, either he has stepped into the crowd and you've lost him, or he is no longer following you after you made such a ruckus.
I would assume after
Actually,
my
being
mistake
You should have kept
that
a closer eye on you.
I would assume he's still following us, or he's either gone to report what I stupidly did. Either way, he
Well,
was
let's
dressed
just
very plainly.
very well.
look for good marks now.
It
Well, we're
seems
gonna.
that you know someone in this city, so whoever that is, they are keeping a close eye on us.
That sounds fair. As long as he
Somebody
doesn't
knows somebody.
interrupt. As long as he doesn't interrupt, he's should be fine.
Well,
Alright, well,
I've lost sight of him for now, anyway.
where is our? Let's get back to business. Where is our first stop?
Well,
No.
we're not going to the normal spot because of what just happened. We have people keeping an eye on us now.
We have to find
Oh.
Dominic or the other guy.
That's the
Forgot
thing.
his name.
If we're at the normal, if we're being watched now by guards, going to the crew people isn't probably going to be a good idea. If we've got
Well,
guards on us like hot shit.
then
Why?
our only option would be then to leave, or we have to go find a completely different vendor unassociated with
Excuse-
our contract.
I would say
is going
anyone
to
who
the normal
does
spot?
business out of the slums is used to being able to work under low cover and dodge the heat. And as far as who we're looking for is a red-haired human named Vincent or a black-haired halfling named Damien.
Right, okay, I got that part. But if these are the seeded contracts and we've got guards watching all of us, probably not going to show up.
As far as I'm
Also-
concerned, it's business as usual. And if we can't find them, then I guess we'll have to come again another day.
Why is the normal spot off limits? Because the
Don't
guards are watching us?
don't worry about it. We'll tell you about it on the way back. Just let's go. Faye, it's fucking. Who's here good at finding things? I'm too tired right now. Can't even keep my own eyes open. I guess we need to find this.
If you're tired, I suppose I could try. I'm not going to be near as good as you rested, but if you're tired.
I have a decent eye for things.
Investigation, not so much. Spotting things, I'm okay.
Eric, why don't you, as you guys are kind of making your way through the city, as you talk and kind of begin to make a plan of where you're going, why don't you give me a perception or investigation?
Definitely going to be perception. 9.
9? You guys are kind of beginning to make your way through the city, right? Having discerned that the normal spot is probably not the way to go, and you're making your way into the slums. As you kind of get your way in, you would see somewhat similar to the image before you, kind of splayed out, as the dock area is populated by these small sort of makeshift homes that appear to be made of ships that have been turned over and sort of hollowed out. You can tell that they would not have been serviceable as vessels in the first place. There's mostly like massive holes in them that people have kind of made makeshift doors or windows out of. There is no massive ship like in the picture that kind of looks like it's more seaworthy. The best you can get is like a couple of tugboats or smaller vessels that are tied up at the docks. You can see there are a few vessels that are out in the water proper, probably belonging to the nobility or perhaps to the military. People are milling about. They are unwashed and quiet and much less lively or even alert than the rest of the individuals that you'd seen as you kind of made your way to Caracalagir. Eric, as you glance around, kind of trying to take everything in, it's not too difficult as you'd kind of, just glance through the general area and try and see if you spot out a halfling man or a human man meeting the description of Vincent. Best to your knowledge, you don't spot either of these two individuals, but you would, however, spot a bunch of individuals who are kind of crowded about, almost at the edge of one of these little shanty areas, kind of discussing, and with your experience with people, they look like the shifty type. They might at least have some information for you, more than anything.
Okay. I relay that to our party subtly, that that would be the group that I think we'd want to ask questions to. Who wants to play Silvertongue?
I'll go ahead and take the lead if no one else steps forward. Hey, follow one of you come with me since you know the city.
I'll follow along with you.
You?
How long has it been since we entered the city?
An hour.
Okay, yeah. Then most likely my spells would have faded.
Steve would have needed to go off and re-up disguise self somewhere.
Steve wanders into the darkness of an alleyway. Steve, roll stealth for me as you do.
Find an outhouse and just stand outside waiting.
7.
Just out of curiosity, any of the ships that look serviceable, any of them out on their own?
It looks as though as you can kind of glance over the bay and see the ships that do look serviceable, they are not quite out on their own. They're all kind of moored closely together. You can see that there are guards that are all about and kind of crawling all over them, members of what you would assume to be some manner of navy, or for the ships that don't look quite like military vessels, probably members of a trade guild or something along those lines, what little remnants there are in Sword Coast. None of them are particularly out on their own. They all seem to be under some conglomerate of a persuasion or two.
I wasn't necessarily meaning alignment. I was just meaning, is there any ship that looks moored separately further distance from any other group?
As I had said, no, they all seem to be
Okay.
closely together.
Sorry. For a second it sounded like you were talking about what companies they're with. My apologies. You can't blame a Nordsman for thinking.
Steve himself?
7.
7! As Steve ducks into finds a small alleyway. There's this odd shift, Steve, as you drop your disguise, and you can look, and hadn't seen it as you made your way in. Appears to be a child who's just kind of back in the alleyway as well. Backed into a corner, just sees Steve and just... Hi.
Hello.
gonna like kill me? Aren't you? Shrinks a little bit further back.
No. What? Why would kill you?
Well, just kind of gives Steve like a scared smile. No reason. Not really. Just nods a little bit, hands shaking visibly.
Okay, with his newly learned social graces,
Yes.
Steve is gonna just kind of skitter up and kind of hold out his hand hesitantly. High five.
Yeah, persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, that's a nat one.
That one.
Total 5. Total of 5, but yeah, it's a nat one.
The kid retreats away. There's this moment as like just shrinks as you hold the hand out, and then you're like, what the fuck? Can see you holding the hand out. Just,
Okay.
and it's like this.
He's gonna put his hand down and walk away sadly.
Well, Steve, they do it right. Kind of reaches out and
Yeah.
just touches hand to yours, but in the same way that you do that awkward high five where it holds too long. This kid also
Yes.
returns an awkward high five where it holds too long because it's as long as I have one of the hands, that hand can't hold a knife, and just kind of slowly brings it down. Just, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
I'm gonna go find a different alley.
Steve ducks away and transforms, comes back to you guys. You're looking around. You've made your way closer to the seedy group of individuals who are kind of sitting around. You can see they're playing some manner of dice game. They all look to be pretty rough and tumble, darker clothes, scars on their arms, a couple on their faces. Kind of shaggy looking in a lot of ways. If you had seen Sirius amongst these guys, you would not think he was out of place.
Yes. Do I recognize?
As Steve came back. Sorry.
I don't suppose I recognize the game they're playing.
Best to your knowledge, no. This looks like either some game that they have made up or a game that you're just unfamiliar with.
What time of day is it?
Time of day is
it?
getting closer to the mid to late afternoon, probably about 4 or 5 p.m. as you guys had ridden out around 10, made it here. Yeah, probably about 4 p.m.
Then, gents, walk up. Keep my distance, but be friendly.
Faye's also right up there by him.
You see, they kind of glance between each other as they stop their game. Their dice kind of rolled in front of them, and they kind of look back at you. This blonde man who looks strikingly similar to Sirius outside of the lack of scars that kind of ring the right side of his face, as you've seen on Sirius. Kind of. Boy there. Haven't seen you around here before.
We're new in town.
Oh, yeah. New in town, what are you looking for then? How'd you manage to find yourselves fucking here? Out of all places you could find yourselves in this beautiful city of ours, as he kind of throws up his hand and the rest of the boys kind of spit on the ground.
Business.
This is a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, whatever. What do you
Where to go where the people are fun and don't spit on anyone who don't know the fuckers up top. Being said, we are looking for some old friends of ours.
Looking for some old friends of yours. Who would that be?
Suppose is it Damien, perhaps?
Damien? He leans forward, kind of looks back at his friends. I've never heard of a Damien.
That's unfortunate. Can I insight check
Faye
them?
will slide like 5 gold out of her hand or her bag and just. Are you sure?
I might have heard of him once or twice.
We just need to find him. We have business with him.
I insight check just to be like, I was insight checking at the never heard of him.
Oh, I think that's plainly obvious that he, at this point,
Okay.
it's Faye.
Okay.
Gave him some gold.
Alright.
Kind of doing some business with him. What kind of business? He's very selective about who he speaks to.
Great, and she'll like kind of flip the raven coin. Cat.
You observe the coin in your hand. Good. Okay. Trade? Okay. Cleared his throat. Nice, yeah. What about, if you're looking for him, I'll tell you where he is. For a little more coin.
Lathamir will step forward and hand over 20 gold.
Oh, sir. So generous friends you have. We'll take it. Right this way, please, as he will take the gold and kind of run it in between his fingers. All right, boys, I'll be back to take all your money with all mine now, as he begins to walk away.
She'll
At this point,
wave over to
Reggie
everyone else.
Steve will come sprinting up out of the alleyway.
Guys, made friend, did high five, success.
I am so proud of you, Steve. Excellent job, my friend.
Steve is
You're
nodding,
kidding.
very
So
pleased with
Steve-
himself.
This guy sees Reggie come running out. Kind of.
So proud of you, Reggie. Such a good boy.
Did you fucking? He looks at whoever's closest to him, Clarion or Fade. Did you fucking bring a kid to this kind of dealing, this kind of business?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Just
That's what.
grin. Gotta start him young, yeah.
What do we say?
Steve
As he
will pull
will.
out his knife and attempt to look intimidating.
No,
Intimidation.
just,
He's our muscle. He's our
just
muscle.
like we taught him.
The small hands for
12.
small looks.
Well, as all these guys kind of look at Steve and just kind of glance at each other and all feign, easily identifiable as feigning. Like, oh shit! As they all move away from Steve and the guy kind of, oh yeah, quite fucking, quite the muscle you've got. He smirks. All right, come on, mate.
Watch the language around him. We're trying to keep him to be nice. It's muscle.
Oh, are you?
Shit.
Shut
Young
up.
man! Young man!
He looks at Steve. He nods to him. And he's like, "Fuck me." Smirks.
As you can see, some things were not as good teaching him as the stabbing part.
So this guy begins to lead your way through the slums of Carcaladir. It's not unlike the shantytown outside, save for the fact that the people here seem to be somewhat less malnourished, a little more well taken care of. There doesn't seem to be any, like, obvious signs of disease or kind of that wartime status that a lot of these people had. So you make your way. You would eventually kind of duck into what appears to be a small alleyway and walk over to a grate that he would slide away. As you guys would make your way closer, one of you can roll perception for me to see if you can notice how he might have identified this.
I will.
I would also like to look around to make sure if
Oh,
we're being told.
4.
Eric, you kind of glance around. The place is relatively unremarkable. It seems to be a small, dark alley that's just kind of in between these two what look to be almost townhouses of the like. Small buildings, their individuals would be living. You can see kind of clothes hung on wires between the buildings and things of that nature. You don't immediately see any markings that would strike this grate out between any other grates in the area. It just looks like a simple sewer grate.
Alright, the alley is relatively out of the way.
Oh, definitely. As you can see, it is dark, and As you kind of look back in, you might be able to faintly make out the sounds of individuals that are perhaps using this as some manner of shelter. But there's not many of them, and this guy seems to be relatively blasé about if anyone is listening or around, since he knows this place pretty fucking well.
I want to pick up a loose rock from the ground and just pocket it.
All right. Let's watch.
As we were watching, can I look around to see if we were being tailed?
Yeah, roll my perception.
7.
Can't tell. He would move the grate out of the way, kind of set it to the side. There's a distinct clang as he puts it up against the wall of the building and looks down into the sewer. You can see there's a small ladder that descends along the side. All right, yeah. Go straight down there and follow to the left. Don't go right. Don't go right. As I'll tell you again, don't go right. You should be able to find your way to their little place they've got down there, yeah?
Straight down and don't go right.
Don't go right. All right?
All right.
We appreciate it very much.
Right. Get the fuck down there before someone sees you. He would kind
Trying
of
to give us a fake name so that we might be able to for future business. Doesn't have to be a real one. I would assume it's not a real one.
Nah. He just shakes his head at you. You can find me if you'd like.
Fair enough.
I don't give out names. That's a kind of a no-no around here. People who are smart.
Not even fun code names.
Nah, we kind of
A
tend
shadow.
Anything to identify us is just more things the guards can trace to us, so we like to be as indiscreet as possible. If you would. I have other things to attend to, as you gesture down to the grate.
Lithimir is already in there.
Faye would be moving right behind him.
Yeah, Steam Reggie is climbing down.
Alright.
Anyway, probably the last one down then.
And you hear this. As the grate is slid back into place and this individual walks off. Kind of faintly hear his footsteps ring off the walls of the alleyway.
I climb up the ladder and make sure the grate can still be moved.
It feels like it could. Might take a little bit of doing, but you can definitely do it.
Okay.
Someone stronger
Can I
than you,
try
perhaps.
to look around to see if there's any way to identify that this is the way out, like any markings or anything?
Give me a investigation check.
Investigation. That is a nat 1.
You can't
3.
tell. There's
These
nothing to
rolls.
identify this as an area that you could exit from, but you can see up through. And I mean, as you look in, there are gratings that are somewhat evenly spaced. You can maybe faintly see the shafts of light that emanate from one further down the tunnel, or further down what appears to be a branching path to the right. As you can see, you effectively have landed in this area that's just a straight path to the south, one to the north, and then kind of a branch to the northeast. It's dark down
Don't
here.
go
If
right.
you just don't have dark vision, you'll definitely need something to light your way, and it smells heavily of refuse.
So, can anybody else see, or is it just me that can't?
I can't see shit.
Alright, in that case,
I'd pull out my usual light source, but I don't think I should around here.
I can
we
see
for the
just
best.
fine.
Would pull out a torch and light it.
Lights up, and you can look around and see this dank and dark tunnel that you've kind of emerged into. The rest of you seeing in that odd shades of gray that your dark vision provides you. It is not like the worst maintained place ever. You can see that the stone that lines the walkways of the sewer is not like covered with anything particular. You get the sense it floods down here. It's definitely not the most sanitary or best place to be in the world, but it could be much worse. You could be in the sewers of Cobb.
Where
Kinda glad
alligators eat you.
Go straight, and whatever we do not go right.
Go left. So I guess we go forward.
Guys,
How wide are the tunnels? Like, are we like going single file, or are they like?
you guys would have to walk single file on these stairways. I mean, on the walkways, you can see the tunnel themselves are like 20 feet wide. It's effectively like a 5 feet walkway, then a river of
hit
what have you,
water.
in the middle, and then on the far side you would have another walkway that's about 5 feet. It would all kind of interconnect as you'd
Alright.
begin making your way along, kind of stepping forward and further into the tunnel. You'd go for what you'd think is probably about 20-30 minutes. You'd see that in multiple places the path would diverge and kind of run to the right, and you could faintly hear the sound of rushing water as you get the sense that goes more towards the docks and perhaps some manner of drainage pipe. As you'd walk for maybe 20-30 minutes, you'd eventually hit this very similar tunnel area to that one you'd initially come into. Save for the fact that as your torch would kind of illuminate the area, you could see there appears to be a man just kind of slumped against the wall.
Oh,
Is it a dead man?
He, best to your knowledge, as you kind of make your way up, it's unclear at first as you make your way forward. Where the fuck did he go? There he is. There.
we're coming from the south, I imagine.
Yes, you'd be walking in from the south. You'd see that there is not a ladder here, but
Faye,
there is
I
a man.
assume
Kind of.
you're up. That coin that you have seems to be exceptionally good
He's dead.
at convincing
Maybe
people.
dead. Maybe not dead.
Steve, roll a medicine check for me here.
We'll fix. Is okay. Good job. 11.
11. The guy's not moving as you make your way up. You can't really see as his head is kind of turned away from you guys, slumped down into his chest. You can see that his hand is on his leg and is open and up, and he is either incredibly drunk or he is indeed unconscious or something along those lines.
That looks like a high five position right there.
Oh God.
Alright,
5.
everyone be
Okay,
careful.
okay. Excuse me. Excuse. Pardon. Do.
Reggie, what are you doing? Remember, you have to ask them
Fix.
first.
Okay. Fix. Then high
I'm sorry.
Watching.
Getting closer to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Does he smell like alcohol?
He most definitely does not smell of alcohol. As you get closer, Steve, you would be hit by this scent that smells like a combination of vomit, like festering flesh, decay. And as you get closer, you can see kind of his sleeves are rolled up. You can see his forearms, and they're pale, right? As you've gotten closer. Kind of at the edge of where his sleeves are, you can see like this odd sort of black tendril or tendrils that are kind of making their way out, almost like along where his veins are. As you look and kind of get closer to the face, you could faintly see through the red hair that kind of makes a curtain down the side these like blisters and boils that appear to have like this black sort of
Reggie, be careful.
pus leaking from it.
Okay. It's okay. We'll fix.
I'm just gonna reach out and gently give him a little pat on the head and cast Lesser Restoration.
I'm looking down the right tunnel to make sure nothing's coming.
You said red hair. Is this a human too?
Appears to be a human, yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
this is probably our guy, which is why Steve cares.
Who wants to wager this is Vincent?
Can I make a medicine check to see if I know what's caused this? What's happened to him?
I'm just gonna tell you, Lethamir, best to your knowledge, you have no fucking clue. As
Okay.
this looks foreign to you. Steve, as you hit him with a Lesser Restoration, can you give me your spellcasting mod, please?
Yeah.
Smack him with it.
Roll high.
Oh no.
I said high.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, that was the opposite of high. It was
Well,
in that one.
Ooh,
It was
as you hit him
not. It was not up high. It was down low.
you'd
slow.
watch as like the tendrils on his arms would recede just a little bit. The boils would kind of lessen, the blisters, pox as it were, and he would kind of take a staggering, shaky breath, but he does not regain consciousness as he lies there. And like what you can see now appears to be a puddle of his own filth. As he's been there for maybe a little bit.
He's alive?
He is alive. That is
Appears
good
to be
news.
Fucking barely.
I'm looking. Is anything coming from the right
Sorry,
tunnel?
my audio cut out for a moment there.
Steve, as you would tap him, it would do a little bit of restoration, right? It's like you'd kind of lessen the effects, and his breathing would kind of, you'd maybe, as gotten closer, been able to faintly hear this kind of like shallow, shaky exhale, and as you'd hit him with it, it'd be like a like a little bit of a gasp, but it's still obviously causing him great pain to even breathe. And he doesn't regain consciousness at the moment. But as you look around, there's nothing coming down that tunnel. One of you could give me a perception check if you'd like.
Since I'm already looking, I'll do it. 14.
Clarion, as you're standing there and kind of listening in, glancing around, trying to maybe discern where this guy might have come from or what had happened, you swear that you can begin to hear the sounds of a voice echoing down that northern tunnel back towards you.
Somebody's
It's like a
the voice
scream,
up.
it sounds like.
Scream?
Yeah, it sounds like a scream.
Somebody screamed up north. Go down the tunnel.
Having it pointed out, am I able to narrow in on it?
North.
The singular scream or the screaming?
Screaming. As you kind of hear it, it like cuts off for just a second, and then starts up again, then cuts off, then starts up, then cuts off, then starts up.
Is there a rhythm to it, or is it just?
No, it sounds like someone fucking screaming for their lives.
Okay. In that case,
Well, do we get food or do we run?
Need fix. I'm gonna pop a cure wounds on this guy.
Okay. As you would pump a cure wounds into him, Steve, how much do you give him?
9.
9? He kind of his eyes would open, he'd blink for a second. You see they unfocus, and there's this like kind of glazed over quality to them as he oh fuck.
Hello. You Vincent?
We're here to rescue you.
I'm crossing through the sewer water, looking at him. We're friends of certain people.
Oh, he stepped in the green stuff. Oh.
Friends of certain people, fucking wonderful. Which of you just made sure I can breathe again? As you can hear, like he's struggling to speak, and there's like this distinct like gurgling as you get this like liquid or something in his lungs.
And to pull out a health potion, hand it to him, and go, you can thank little one for that.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let's see. Sits up a second, looks around. Where the fuck is Damien?
I assume you are Vincent then. I assume.
Okay, so you do know me. Great, wonderful. Good. Sits up a second, and you guys can still hear this fucking screaming from down the way.
I suppose you recognize that voice down there.
He would get up a little bit and start to like clamber to his feet. He kind of stumbles, goes down to a knee. Yep. I know that.
Let me guess, Damien?
I don't think much help, honestly.
We should probably at least go forward and see what's going on down there. If that is his friend, or our soon-to-be friend, we should probably help.
Lethmir has already started walking that way, but he's like been hesitating, waiting to see what everyone else is going to do.
I'm on your 6, Lethmir.
Ajit, want to keep an eye on Vincent here?
Yes, stay here. We'll fix more.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Eric, how about you get in front?
No objection.
And I'll kind of step behind.
Where'd Falker go?
I'm still here. Fucking, what's going on? What?
Oh, you're passed out half a mile down.
She slaps you in the face. Wake up!
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Wake. Woo. Almost dead guy. Yeah, great. Let's go.
I'm crossing to the right side. I'm not going to the right side. I'm on the right side because we're not all clustered together.
So, who's the screaming person or whatever?
Probably Damien. Probably.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's go. I guess.
You guys make your way up, kind of pushing through, and you'd eventually have to kind of step down into the refuse to just trudge your way forward. You would see that you'd emerge into what is probably like some manner of actual proper den, as you can see like torches mounted on the walls and sconces currently unlit. You can hear the sound of the screaming getting closer and closer, and hear this odd sort of like skittering all
I'm
around.
putting my eyes to the roof. Anything.
As you guys on the roof, you don't immediately see anything as you guys are continuing to trudge along. As you would hit about here into this main central area, give me a perception check to see if you can discern where exactly the scream is coming from. As like where you're standing, it seems to almost be echoing off of the walls. And it's close
I'm
enough that
bringing up,
it's reverb.
bringing up the rear. So
I would
What
like to
else?
be second-ish.
I'll take the perception roll since I heard the screaming first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go.
I have a 7.
7?
Suppose we can take Lathimir since he was up front.
I rolled a
Best you-
15, but you said you were going to take it, so...
Yeah, I'll take it.
7? Best you can tell, it's hard to tell where exactly this is. You can see that there is a hallway to your left. You can see there is a sort of plank bridge ahead of you. There's a path that goes to your right as well. You can faintly see where it would go off into another area to your right. Kind of a, perhaps a smaller kind of hold, as it were.
Can I try to hone in and, like, wait for the next scream and see if I can identify which way it's coming from?
You already gave me a perception, unfortunately, and you gotta
Yeah,
be
that's
moving.
fine. Alright, well, shit. Don't go right.
I'll go right.
So does that mean that the screams would be coming from the right?
Remember, don't go right.
Someone tells me someone went right.
Yeah. How deep do the water seem? Does the water
About
seem?
2 feet, just coming up to your shins.
Okay, so I don't feel like there could be a crocodile waiting in there to kill me.
No, it does not seem to be a crocodile waiting in the fucking sewer.
Colorian's already tested that theory.
Okay, across the sewer, like, is this flat wall or is there like look like
Flat
a
wall, yep.
Flat wall.
okay?
Look at, we're going
North
right.
isn't an option then. 'cause
Going
of the
right?
flat wall.
Okay.
Okay then.
As you
What
would
is the
hit
move?
this side, Lathamir, you can see there's a plank bridge ahead of you. You can see it goes to the north and to the south. Which way are you going?
While they're going right,
Um,
and I'm looking to this left side, is there anything? Is there actually
Can
anything
I
to look
see?
at? Or is there...
What is it, Lathamir?
Can I see, like before I pick each way, can I, like, look past, like, to the left and to the right here?
As you
Can I see
swing in
anything?
and kind of look in, you see that the area to your north would kind of hit, and you can see that it branches off to the right, or to the left, my apologies. Very distinctly, this area, as you look in down here, appears to be much more of like a central common area. You see what might have once been some manner of like throne. It appears to be stocked high. It's not already cut. Go fuck yourself. As you look in, you can see the this area, despite the fuck off. Oh, piss, whatever. As you look in, and very distinctly see that this area is stacked high with crates, and you can see supplies and shit of that nature that's just stacked about. As you poke your head in, Lathamir, it doesn't sound like the screams are coming from here.
Okay.
Is there anything
What
off
about the
this
north?
western?
As you stick your head into the north, you can hear sounds kind of coming from that direction, it seems.
Sounds like this way, I think. And I'll slowly get up and wait to see if people are following.
While he's doing that, is there any? While he was doing that, look around. Was there anything on this western side of anything?
You want to check the entire western side?
No, I was like peeking my head over. Is there like a room or is it just like a wall?
Best you can tell, it's a hallway that kind of goes into the left and then up.
Okay. Alright, in that case I'm following. Lathamir. So let's. Seems Lathamir's found something.
Hi.
What's the dignity of telling us this time? Go.
Something from this direction.
Lathamir, you make your way in, and you would come around the corner and see before you in this room what appears to be, as you can get close, you hear a very loud scream as it reverberates off the wall right in front of you. You can see what appears to be a halfling man who is pinned up against the wall, as he is not visible at the moment. But you can also see these massive rats who are kind of on him almost and kind of pushing him back to the wall. Let's fucking roll initiative.
No, Master Splinter.
Do I not?
Why?
Can I not get a sneak attack?
No. Damn it. They all turn and kind of look at you as you've made quite a bit of noise coming through the fucking sludge.
Not a problem.
Fuck me in the arse.
None of us are good on initiative, it seems.
You can throw yourselves to the top, as this is a big map, and I don't have exactly the best of ways to see it at the moment.
Let's see. 5.
Alright, let me figure something out real quick.
Poison. I noticed there's fog of war right in that sewer pipe. Was something happening there? Or maybe in there?
Yes.
Got it.
Alright. Throw on some better music. My fucking computer will stop being a bitch.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna
So
roll.
he is how far away from this rat is he?
Are there any turtle martial artists around?
Doesn't appear to be at the moment. Lithimir, you are up as we go into initiative. As you can see, these rats are menacing this guy. You can faintly hear more skittering from within this tunnel, as it sounds like the noise has definitely attracted. Perhaps some more of these things, or perhaps something else. It's quite unclear from your current perspective. What would you like to do?
Sure. Is there a wall here? Because it's kind of I can't tell. So it's
Yes,
just
there
like a
is.
straight. Okay, yep.
Very well.
In that case, I will step to here. I'll ready my bow, and I will use an arcane shot and use my piercing shot, piercing arrow. So 1 foot wide, 30 foot long, and each creature in the line must make a Dex saving throw DC 13.
Alright, if you would let it out, kind of aiming for these two individuals. Splinter would save, Kopia would fail. Much damage?
Okay, so the damage is 6 regular piercing damage, and then the bonus damage is 1.
Okay.
So 7 to one and 6 to the other.
Okay. So you would let that ring out and kind of watch as these rats would scatter, each of them taking a little bit of the hit, trying to move their out of the way the best that they can. Is that
And
it?
then I will knock another arrow and I'll shoot at whichever one didn't make the save. Just a
Kopia.
regular arrow.
Kopia is the one who did not make the save.
Okay, so longbow, the hit is 14.
14 would hit.
Sweet, and the damage is 7 piercing damage.
Okay, you watch it slams into the rat. It kind of takes a shot, lands on its sides, rides on the ground for a moment as it takes the hit, before it stands back up and turns to you, its red eyes blazing with fury.
In that case, I'm going to action surge and I'm going to shoot another arrow at it.
Okay.
Turtles
That
assemble!
22
22 will hit.
hits. Damage is 8 piercing damage.
Alright, you turn this guy into a pincushion of arrows, but he is still up.
And
Two
I'll
arrows hanging
shoot
out of
my last shot. That is a nat 1.
hits the wall.
Yeah.
So your turn.
So yeah. Yeah, that, and then I will, yes, that'll be my turn. I'll end my turn.
Lawyer, what's your passive perception?
I don't know if he's there right now, but yeah, I believe his passive perception is 13.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. As Follier would not be able to hear, as through the muck in the sewage, as one of these things would come up behind him. Two of them would make their way forward. As God, I need to restart my computer after this being ridiculous. As Follier would feel as two rats would leap up out of the water and attempt to bite at him. I believe both of those miss. As you can all hear and see that these rats would emerge and just kind of briefly appear and then fall back into the water. They're almost kind of treading water at this point. Up here, Lathamir, Splinter, and Kopia are going to move forward, kind of immediate or disregarding Damien for the moment as you've pincushioned them. As Kopia will come over here, Splinter will move up and attempt to hit Damien. Kopia will swing at you with a bite for a 21 to hit.
Yep.
That is going to be a total of, as you can feel these teeth sinking into you, piercing through your skin, quite sharp for a rat. Very odd. As you take 8 piercing damage, I need a Constitution saving throw.
8 damage and con save
Mm-hmm.
is 9.
As you take an additional 5 poison damage. So you can feel this just kind of hitting through you, more like a chill than anything, as the disease of whatever this thing is carrying rocks through you. So I want to rock up, hit Damien, fucking knocks him the fuck out as Damien hits the ground. Cries. You can watch these spots beginning to appear on his body. That will bring us to Follier.
He's is it fire? Oh shit, yeah. He's dealing with the situation. Apparently his sister may have got COVID and he's talking to people. But he said to me he's using his action to dash and move as close as possible to the entry to the room. He didn't say he was actually going in.
Okay. He would take AOPS on that if he's going to dash. He could bonus have an action disengage and run.
Yeah, I guess I'm running this for him right now.
Just give it
Action disengage, and he should be able to move right here after moving through Clarion's spot.
I got you. Pushes through Clarion, kind of gets his way up here. Call it that. That'll bring us to Eric. So you can see Lethamir kind of up there, kind of sandwiched into the wall by this rat, Faye standing in front of you. What would you like to do?
If I get up close to Lethamir, do I have room to swing, or am I going to wind up collateralizing him?
You would have disadvantage to try and swing around the corner, but you could still swing.
Still, I'm not going to let an archer hang out there unarmed, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's go for it. Disadvantage, fine. 17, no, that's 22, and it drops to 19.
Hits, as you're able to swing around and still clip this rat as it's moved up to try and attack your friend there.
For 6 damage.
6 damage, able to kind of clip it. You watch you take off a piece of the face, it kind of flops to the ground, but it's still standing. Its eyes blazing with fury as it chitters ravenously at you.
Repeat history. For 7, I'm sure that's going to be a miss.
Hits into the wall, clanks off. Doesn't quite gain purchase on the rat there.
End turn. I'll tell Lethamir, get behind me.
Alright, Faye, you are up.
If I get right up behind Eric, I don't think I could see Damien, huh?
No, you could definitely not, as he's around a corner and through that fucking room over there, unfortunately.
Can I see Emeridius and Algamon?
Yes, you can see Emeridius and Algernon.
She'll stand on the plank, I guess, and just firebolt Emeridius.
Alright.
And 13?
Slams into the water just in front of it, unfortunately, as it misses.
No, fuck. Pass turn.
Alright, that will bring us to Clarion.
How wide are the tunnels again? This tunnel here?
A little more, less than 10 feet.
Okay, then not worth that. Okay, I'm gonna walk right here. Seeing these small little rats. You know, like how you shadow puppets, you do the cross your thumbs for your hands?
Yes.
I'll do that, cross it out, and you're gonna see white fire shoot out of them as I cast Burning Hands at first level.
Alright, both fail that dex save.
It's a
It washed
15.
out over them, and yes, they both fail. It's washed out over them. You can see just in the moment they try to duck under the water and can't quite make it. For 14 damage, you said?
15 damage.
Alright. There, that scent of burning fur kind of hits, and there's that little bit of a kind of spark of methane as you are standing in a sewer. It's not too bad.
Oh.
I just, that kind of rocks back towards you a little bit, Clarion, but it doesn't quite singe you.
They still standing?
Oh, yes, they are.
Sure, I'll spend 2 sorcery points. You see him glow a little silvery as he casts a quicken spell, and I'm just going for a pretty simple, go for Frostbite at poor old Mind Sliver at Algernon.
Okay. as he would fail that as well. What's the damage? It's a rat that's like squeak. Is that
3 damage.
all right?
Oh,
Zaldrin
no
on
more
a
flowers. I'm hoping to do a flowers battle down on him, but well, I'm gonna
Alright.
go kind of against the wall so that Follier and Faye have a clearest shot.
All right, as Clarion ducks against the wall, hitting these rats for quite a bit of damage with the fire, brings us to the top of the order. Lethamir, you have this rat in front of you. Damien has gone down. As you can see, this rat is tearing at him in there.
Yeah.
Eric is up on your back. What would you like to do?
I would like to. Am I able to jump over to the other side of it? Like that?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Sure thing. Fuck. 6.
6? As you kind of
I
try
rolled
and
off a 20.
jump over this thing and kind of make your way, you would feel as you touch the grime that's along the wall, and your foot would slip, and you'd hit the ground as you'd fall prone on the far side of this
Fall
guy.
prone. Standing up will use half my movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's most of my movement gone.
Yep.
And then I will shocking grasp the rat.
Okay, let's see it.
And the far out 8.
8? Woof. As you reach out, it kind of dodges to the side and just gnaws at you.
God damn. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right. At their turn, Splinter, seeing Damien on the ground, would turn over here, and Splinter would bite at you for a 20. You would take a total of 8 piercing damage, as you kind of feel that initial rush from the bite, but you're able to kind of push it back, having already done it once before. Eric, this bigger rat would kind of step away from Lethamir, procs an Aoff if you want to take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Can I do it with a range attack?
Oh, no.
No, I'll do it with my shocking grasp then.
Right. Ooh, spell. Are you Warcaster?
Oh, I am not, no. Oh, I can't, I can't take the attack then.
Alright. Comes over here, Eric. 19 to hit?
Yes.
Alright, so you'd feel this rat pierce into you, its teeth digging in for 8 piercing damage. I need a Constitution saving throw.
4.
4 is Eric, you would feel this kind of just a vile feeling wash over you, just push into your body, this chill run up your spine as you would take an additional 7 poison damage. Moritis and Algernon. Down here, gonna push their way forward, and they're both gonna fucking bite at Clarion here. For a, I believe, one of these hit with a 17, and the other hits with 10. Or misses with 10.
Beats it.
Alright, Clarion, you would take 6 piercing, need a con save.
Alright, let me do the 6 piercing first, and then on save. 7, it was almost a 19.
Oof, as you would take an additional 6 poison damage. At the end of their turn, you guys would begin to hear something bigger kind of sloshing its way through that northern tunnel to the far left. Kind of hear like, what almost sounds like metal dragging along the wall, and then you'd hear that plank bridge bow for just a moment. Just kind of creaks. I'll bring us to Follier. Is he still AFK?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Faye is also AFK. Okay.
Am I muted?
Yes, you're muted.
Shit, my bad. I said I can roll for him if you want.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Hey, Lex.
Yeah.
We got his sheet pulled up. 15?
15 to hit? On which one?
Emeridius.
Emeritus, alright. You Follier cocks the bow back, lets it go. What's the damage?
Sorry, I'm a little unfamiliar with this character. Is it okay if I go ahead and also apply that fucking hunter's mark to it?
I believe so, yes. I believe it's a bonus. You have to do a call your shot, I believe. Can't do it as a reaction at this point.
Okay, so I missed it on the first one.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. This is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. It's 1d8.
28 hits.
No, his 1d8. That's 6 damage.
Okay. It slams into him.
I feel like I'm missing something here, but he's also gonna go ahead and attack again. I'm just gonna do basic shit.
Just do straight attacks. It's fine.
For 13.
Misses.
And this one. Oh, sorry. That's 13 plus 10, so 23. I'm sorry. For another 6 damage.
All right. Turning him into a pincushion. He's still up.
Yeah.
Gonna move him, or is he good there?
At this point, he'll probably just stay right there.
All right, Eric, you're up.
I take it I'm not at disadvantage.
No, you would no longer be at disadvantage. You're not swinging around a corner of this thing anymore.
Thank you. 19? No, 24.
Hits, either way.
Yep. For 6.
All right, as you bring down the sword and kind of cleave into this pincushion of a rat, as you cleave it in twain, 2 sides fall to the ground.
Excellent. And I don't suppose I can get a shot at Splinter. Can I even move?
Push past him. Good.
Okay.
You get 25 movement, and you can step right to either side of him.
Okay. All right. So 1, 2, or 5, 10, 15. I'll go ahead and put myself in a position of defensive Damien. And we'll go ahead and send my second swing onto Splinter.
Okay.
For 24.
Hits.
Dropping 6 damage.
All right, as you're able to just cling into him, and you watch it opens up a wound on the side as it lets out a screech. Is that your turn?
End turn, yeah.
Alright, Faye, you are up. As you can see these rats attacking Claire on the far side, you can hear the movement of your friends further within that chamber to your right. What would you like to do as while you're standing in front of you? Legs
I guess she'll throw a firebolt at Immoradius.
Okay.
That might actually do something. 16.
Hits. Streaks across, slams into the rat.
For 11 fire damage.
Alright, with that, you watch as Emeritus kind of immolated as it ducks beneath the refuse, as it were.
Okay. She's not familiar with what's going on with the other noise. She'll move up. Can she see Damien, like, passed out over there?
Yeah, you can see Damien past Eric.
She'll cast Healing Word. Second level.
You watch, he would kind of come back into himself, lying on the ground. You can see this festering wound in his arm where he was bit by that rat. But he kind of,
Oh shit.
as he wakes up.
Yeah, that'd be 10 hit points.
All right.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And she'll step back one more step.
Okay.
And
Your turn.
yeah, that's it.
All right, that'll bring us to Clarion, as you can watch as this rat is moving towards you. That kind of, as Faye rocks a firebolt past you and slams into that Emeritus, who sinks beneath the water. What do you do?
Yo, there's something big is coming behind us, and I want to move to here, and I'll take the yacht.
Okay. Going to be a 21 to hit.
I will hit.
As Clarion, you take a total of 7 piercing damage as it kind of gnashes forward and sinks its teeth into you.
Okay. Real quickly, I'm gonna put here. I'm casting Cloud of Daggers where I was.
Okay.
And I forget if there's a...
Save the start of its turn when it enters.
Alright, that's right. And then my bonus action for my second wind. Heal.
Alright. Is that your turn?
It will be my turn for a total of 2 new hit points.
Alright, Top of the order, Lathamir. You can certainly hear something moving further into the tunnels, making its way towards you guys now. You can see that Damien kind of sits up as Faye speaks that healing word behind you. Eric stepping around to take a swing at the rat in front of you. What would you do?
I assume you guys have got it here, and I'm going to reach out my hand towards the rat, and my eyes are going to glow a little. The blue's just going to get a little bit bluer, and I'm going to shock and grasp it. No, I'm not, because I'm going to miss 7.
Okay, yeah, you certainly miss as you kind of reach out and you can feel your hand make contact with the fur and it just kind of insulates almost. And it can't permeate in.
And I'm going to second wind for some HP, 1d10 plus 5. That is 9 healing, and I am going to... I'm going to step to here, so Eric has advantage.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Yep.
Alright, first off, Algernon is gonna fucking pursue, and he is going to attack Follier as he reaches out, misses.
Does he go through the cloud of daggers?
He does come through the cloud of daggers, saves on the dex, I believe, as he got like an 18.
Yeah, probably. I'll check to be sure, but probably. Oh, it doesn't do a save, it seems. You fill the air. It's spinning daggers and a key. What? Okay. I don't see a save on it, so.
Then roll damage.
13.
Alright. He's still up as he pushes his way through. Misses Follier. Splinter will turn, take the more immediate threat of Eric, hits with a 23. Eric, you take 13 piercing damage. He fucking rolls really well on that one. You watch as from over here into this tunnel to your immediate left, Lathamir, you can see this figure kind of step through and in. It's odd as you can almost distinctly hear its breathing before you can see it. And there's this odd scent of just decay, horrid odor that wafts out as it makes its way in. So you can look over construct or whatever.
I'm assuming you can't get rid of the fog, yeah.
Makes its way in. You can see that it is covered in these boils, very similar to what Vincent had on him. You can see there's this odd sort of greenish aura that decorates the figure as it wears this hood. It looks and kind of observes a lot of you, reaches out towards you, Lathamir.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Hold on. Can I cutting words that?
Please.
I'm gonna try. I'll just hey, you sack of shit. Drop it by 6.
Watches this greenish aura rocks out of this thing's hand and arcs towards Lathamir. And just kind of almost fizzles as it can't quite make contact with him with the face cutting words, almost redirecting into the wall. As you watch the wall kind of just melt a little bit, Lathamir.
Oh shit.
Alright, that will bring us to Follier. What's Follier gonna do, Faye?
He's going to. I can't alter his character sheet, but he's gonna Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Bonus action, disengage, move the fuck back as far as he kind of can, and double attack. That's a 20 I need to roll. 25.
Hits.
Damage is 6.
Sorry, you said you Zephyr striked and then you're attacking?
Yeah, Zephyr Strike to bonus action disengage.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he went back, and actually that should have been an advantage, but it doesn't matter, it hit.
Yeah.
And he also gets 1 extra D8. So that's 6, 7, 13, plus 5, 18 damage to Algamon.
As arrow strikes forward and hits him square in the face as Algernon sinks below the water.
Alright, that doubles his fucking speed. He's going to move back up to Clarion. I'll just assume that's like the rest of his movement. Because I think he has like 60, but
Yeah.
moving through. Anyways, in turn.
Alright, that will bring us to Eric. As you can see, this big motherfucker rock his way in. Just kind of stand there.
Okay, well, first things first, I got something straight on me that's going to AO me if I try to do anything, so we'll go ahead and see if we can take out Splinter. Should be at advantage, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to have 19, but see if we can crit. No, 19's going to be the winner.
Okay.
For 8 damage.
You swing it in and kind of cleave into the shoulder. It's still standing.
God!
Quite a bit of sizable damage to it.
Repeat history. 9... 10?
10 misses there. It goes to take another swing, kind of rear back, and hits the ground this time as you send up a flurry of sparks that fill the air.
I'm going to action surge. Where is it? Damn it. Okay, there we are. I'm going to action surge. And I know I'm going to take the AO. I'll deal with it. I'm going... Hang on. Is Damien up yet?
Yeah, Damien's up.
Great. I'm going to yell at him to just get the fuck into the secure corner on the left so he gets out of our fight. And then I'll go ahead and do another swing on this Splinter. Yeah. Which will have 15.
Hits as you're able to bring it down this time and not quite contact the ground. Readjust.
For 12.
Alright, this time you're able to cleave in and you're able to kind of bisect the little bit of rat that still remains. He falls to the ground.
Alright, and since I already yelled at Damien, I'll go ahead and I'll do the crazy charge at Big Man with my last hit. 18.
Hits as you're able to kind of wash forward. Slam your blade into him.
For 10 damage.
Alright, you're able to cleave through these festering boils that cover the body and it just kind of rocks out towards you. Almost kind of odorous gas that wafts out as it kind of hits you in the face. Doesn't quite do anything to you at the moment.
Gonna take damage was 10. Magical weapon if you need to know that. I'll go ahead and move back just a little bit to pseudo protect Damien if he doesn't move, and make sure other people have shot a clearance for range shot. End turn.
Alright, that'll bring us to Faye. As you can see this big guy. As you go around that corner, Eric, he will take an A up on you. As you go around all the way, he will take a disadvantage. You're stepping back that far.
How about here?
You would not.
Okay.
Faye, you can see further into the corner, this big fucking guy has emerged and just kind of comes around, hulking mass of flesh and boils and odd sort of pox. It stands there reeking of refuse and disease.
She'll respond to Clarion. Like, yes, he's in here. And she'll reach up and like there'll be a green blast of light from her hand and cast bless on Eric, let them hear it and herself.
Okay. So that warm radiance comes down upon you.
Fuck. Can't do anything else. Enter.
Alright, Clarion, you're up.
Alright, well, I'll drop the concentration on the Cloud of Daggers, because that's kind of useless now. And then, it's all my movement to get there. The big guy, oh, fucking shit. You see him pull a dart and, like, lawn dart style and toss it up in the air? But he's gonna cast a catapult.
No, I was going to try and... Sorry, talk to me, kid.
First level. Or dex save 15?
Saves. As you can watch it flies outward and pinks into the wall.
Yeah. This action, quick and spell. Burn 2 sorcery points, and I guess I'll just cast Mind Sliver then. You see this pink little spike emerge from his hand. Intelligence 15.
Yep, this time he fails. You can see it kind of rock forward and hit into the hood as it kind of rocks its head back.
7 psychic point damage, and its next saving throw subtracts a d4.
All right. End of your turn.
Is my turn.
All right. As it come to the top of order, Lathamir, you can see this figure kind of moving about. Eric's takes a swing at it, and this thickly pus begins to leak out of the body as it coughs and retches in front of you. What would you like to do?
Gross. I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it real quick.
Okay.
I can add a d4 to that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 19 to hit.
Hits as you let it fly.
For max damage, 12 piercing damage.
All right. You send that arrow flying, and it hits into this thing.
Sure. Now I have a question because I'm kind of confused. I have bursting arrow. It does force damage to creatures within 10 feet. I'm wondering, is that going to go around the corner?
Yeah, I'd say it would.
It would go around the corner?
Yes, it would.
Okay. I'll just attack.
Go ahead.
Again then.
Go ahead.
And that is a d4. Please be a good roll. Thank you. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Sweet. And the damage is 11 piercing damage.
11 piercing as you're able to rocket forward and hits into the guy. See, burst another boil. Is at the end of your turn, Lathamir?
And that will be the end of my turn.
All right, this thing will walk forward and just kind of, as it comes around the corner, Eric, you can just see it reaches out and these claw-like hands will swipe at you for a nat 1 as it misses entirely, before it'll kind of look towards Lathamir and it'll kind of watch as that odd aura that kind of rings around its hands will wash out towards you, and I need a Constitution saving throw, Lathamir.
14.
14. You guys would watch
No.
as
24. The save is 24.
Okay. As you stand there and you can kind of feel that initial hit wash over your body, and it's almost like your whole mind goes blank for just a moment. You feel all your muscles contract before you're able to push it back forward, and you only take 1, 2, 5, 5. It's only going to be 11 necrotic damage.
Hey, Howie.
Yuck.
All right. Bring us to Follier. What's he going to do?
Oh,
I'm
shite.
gonna move close to
Oh, he's
the-
here.
I'm gonna move
Yay.
closer to the door.
Okay.
So up to where Faye is. Can I? If I'm, I think I have 5 extra movement. If I can squeeze, can I see him?
You can push past Faye, and yes, you can see over Clarion's shoulder.
All right, I'll take 2 shots with my bow.
All right.
The first being a nat 20 for 30.
Certainly hits.
Nice.
Streaks
So
across, slams into the hood.
this would be 16 with 18 damage. For the first
18
one.
is it? You watch as the arrow streaks over, and it almost dead center where you think the head should be, Follier, as it snaps back for a moment. The hood falls, and you guys are greeted with this horrifying visage of just like black pustules that are just ringing the face. It looks remarkably similar to how Vincent looked earlier, just much more progressed. A mouth that's hanging open and just dripping with pus and drool. Second one, Follier?
Yeah, second one's gonna be 19 for 29.
Also hits.
That's gonna be 7. That's 12 damage.
All right. So you have to let another one go. Slams into the guy as he's looking pretty fucking worse for wear.
And that ends my turn.
All right, Eric, you're up.
All right, I wonder what I should do. 16.
As you reach forward and make a swing, trying to cleave through the body.
I'm uncertain if that's a hit or a miss.
Yes, 16 hits.
Thank you. For 14 damage.
All right, as you manage to swing forward and cleave through another one of the arms as he's looking rough.
Second swing. Ah, 9.
That one misses. You kind of reach forward and again hit off the wall, sending a spray of sparks that illuminates the horrid visage.
You have bless. You have bless.
It's already swung, man.
And I don't think it would have helped enough. Yeah, so bonus action. I'm going to go ahead and do a second wind. D10 plus 5. Not much, but I'll still take it. Oh, wait, yeah. And... Okay, good. End turn.
Alright, as Eric kind of brings back a little bit more of his energy with that second wind. Faye, you are up. As you can see, this thing is like dripping this blackish pus all over the fucking floor right now. He's looking rough, but he's
Gross.
always looked a little rough. He's always looked a little gross.
Can I make it about? Can I see here?
You can see that, yes.
All right. Her hand's gonna flash green again, or like little green lightning. It'll just go around her, and she'll misty step over there.
Okay.
And she'll be like, oh fuck, scoot back towards the wall.
Okay.
And she will use her action to firebolt wherever I can find it. That's these 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Little rocks across and slams in. There's that odd scent of burning flesh.
7 fire damage.
7 fire damage. Not bad. Take your turn, Miss Faye.
That will be my turn, yes.
Valerian, you're up.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm taking a dart, lawn dart style, and tossing it up and casting catapult at let's do a second level catapult this time.
Dex save is 15, correct?
Minus D4 because of the mind spike. Mind sword.
Hold up. Oh, let's see. Ooh, puts him just under. Let's see it. Roll it up.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
You send it up and it kind of just readjusts for a moment before streaking out and slamming into the body. And you hear this crunch.
Still standing?
Yeah, it looks like it. Kind of just wavering on its feet. It looks fucked.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright.
Yelling at the Damien, you want to help or anything? No!
Tucked away into the corner there.
I'll just stick to Old Faithful and shoot 2 more arrows at it.
Okay.
So that is a 23 and a 16 to hit.
Both dead.
That is a 12 and an 11 piercing damage.
23 total. As Lethemir, you kind of like are able to see the face now. Just cock 2 arrows back and send them flying as it slams into the thing's face. Just it kind of falls to the ground. You watch as it hits the ground. It's almost like all the pustules on it burst at once, and I need all of you to make Constitution saves.
Oh,
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
that
all
makes
of you.
something we should.
That's
Oh
this
god, I was
kinda-
almost a nat 20. Almost a
Oh
nat 20.
no.
don't forget
5.
to bless, people. Don't forget your bless.
As this
14.
greenish fucking gas fills the air.
Question: would I get advantage with the necklace of adaptation?
Necklace of
8.
It's a necklace that you can allows you to breathe normally in any environment. You have advantage of saving throws against harmful gases and
good. Totally.
17.
Wow.
Alright. If you got a 15 or higher, you feel no ill effects. You kind of like are able to put your face into your shirt or something as this wafts out over you. If you got beneath a 15, you're gonna feel this as it hits you, and you can feel it rock into your lungs and fill your chest. This absolutely horrid sensation. You begin to cough and retch uncontrollably as you take 17 poison.
Oh my god, it was 16 health. Pukes and then falls into the puke.
She would take her damage and see him go down, and she would healing word as soon
Oh
as she
shit, is
could.
that okay?
Sorry, give me a second.
Okay, hon.
He would heal for 5.
You end
What the
initiative,
fuck
Damien
was
would kind
that?
of poke his head around the corner.
What the fuck was that?
The fuck was
That's
that?
what we'd like to know.
We were gonna ask you that.
I don't fucking know. What do the fuck I look like? How you identify shit like that? Fuck me. He makes his way over and just kind of nudges at the pile of robes now in this sickly black pus. The body has pretty much deflated, so it's like a balloon just filled with that shit. Just he's kind of
Real quick, do you have a flask or a vial or something?
me.
Yes, you.
Well,
Or anyone, for that matter.
I throw it over to him.
Thank you. And I'm going to try to collect some of
I was
whatever
hoping to
is
fill that
left
with
of the
ale.
body.
as you can kind of get down and just scoop a little bit of this blackish pus into the vial and kind of swirl it about. Damien kind of stands there and very good. Okay, that's fucking weird. I don't know why you'd want that. Anyways,
Get your
who are
Damien?
you?
Take it, your Damien.
I see my notoriety is spread.
Yeah, we met your friend down south, Mr. Vincent.
Oh, is he okay? I saw him go running.
We need to go check on him.
Probably should go check on him. Yes.
Lethamir,
Last we saw him, we left him in good hands.
are you
Yes,
thinking?
Eric?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Is this
Stay
stuff
on the
similar to
internet.
the stuff that we saw at the Stone Sanctuary yesterday with Ivy?
No, I think this is different.
Oh, okay. I'm the idiot. You're the smart one.
Oh, I think it's best to bring some of it back to camp. We can have it checked out, see if we can figure out what it is. But we should probably check on Damien's friend down south, real quick,
Let's get out of here.
and then we can do some talking.
Unless you want to stay your Damien.
He just looks around.
So you
confused by
want to go
all
get your
the
friend, or you want to
conversation.
stay here?
Is he okay?
Let's check on your
We're
friend.
not sure.
Okay. He would kind of jump into the sewage and just start walking his way through. He's quite small, and it comes up to about like his abdomen. You guys would.
As we're walking towards his friend, Damien, what are you guys doing down here? We're hoping to do some trade with you, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's just a place we come when all the heat's on. Yeah.
All the heat's on. What kind of heat is on?
Guards fucking everywhere. You fucking blind.
Well, okay, yeah, fair point.
As you guys would make your way back and find Steve in the process of helping out Vincent. He looks much better than he did. Kind of sitting up properly. He's still looking a little haggard and pale, but he's breathing regularly now, and he seems like he's not as on the verge of death as he was when you first found him. He kind of.
Oh, thank God.
Good job, Reggie.
As he looks at Reggie, Steve.
Yep. All fixed.
Oi.
No worry.
See, Vincent
Okay.
kind of raises the piece of parchment that Steve had been given by Sirius. You with him? Kind of waves the parchment.
We are.
Yeah.
Reggie, did anything else come down here while we were gone?
Fuck no.
Nope.
Thanks, Reggie.
Sounds good.
Good.
All safe. All fixed.
Well, I'm a little bit concerned about that thing that attacked us and where the hell it came from, but
Yeah, and I'm assuming I don't feel so hot.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't look too hot, friend.
Uh-oh. Sick? Hurt? What happened?
The thing blew up everywhere.
Weird,
It's
like
a little hard
gas
to breathe right now.
that made them sick. It looked like, kind of like what Vincent looked like, but a lot worse.
Big monster made of boils.
They
Do you
seems
Some rat.
Do you think you could heal us or the people who need it? I'm asking Mr. Steve.
Can help. Yes. Who need?
Faye would raise her hand, I guess.
I think we all could use help.
Take care of the others first.
Okay. Have 10 minutes. Sit down.
Well, do you think we're 10 minutes? Do you have somewhere safer, Vincent, Damien, for 10 minutes? Or do you think we should be okay here?
Hey, you could probably come to the storeroom if you think we cleared all that shit out. I don't think we're looking at too much doorways. Vincent just kind of shakes his head.
You show me to the
Alright.
storeroom. I'll poke my head in first.
I believe it's just the other side of that bridge that we went to where we found Damien.
Yes. You guys would be guided back over there by the two of them kind of walking ahead of you. And I don't know why they fucking didn't tell us they were serious. Oh, you know how that fucking boy is. They're making their way back with you. Then Damien kind of.
We're told not to give names.
These
That's
are
so
these are the people we're supposed to give names to.
You'd see Vincent would kind of pull out the small parchment and hand it to Damien, who would begin to move about the small storeroom. And it's almost reminiscent of like Steve and Sirius in the shop, as Damien just kind of begins to dart about and gather things and put them into sacks and crates, and Vincent just kind of standing there watching and seems to be like pulls out a large ledger and begins to write in it. Seems to take note of what you guys are being given.
Vincent,
Hey,
what happened?
you
What exactly happened? Did you clip an up or did that just show up?
Oh, you know, I was fucking doing the inventory around here. I was kind of just checking shit out, and then they came down the wall and fucking attacked me and shit. It was terrible.
Well, him first though is Vincent's just kind of slumped into that chair at the far side of the room. So, token is on the other map. My computer's being so much of a bitch tonight that I'm just not gonna grab it as he sits there and just. Weird. Haven't seen those things before.
It's the one so far, right?
Well, plus the rats. The rats had something going on as well.
It's
The rats.
everywhere.
Sewer.
Sewer.
It's a rat. Anyway.
We've killed rats before. As you see Damien reaches onto his side, pulls out a dagger, and just kind of gives you like a jabby motion.
Interesting.
Hey, while you're stocking up, can I make a couple of personal requests? It's okay if you don't have them.
It just kind of looks back up at you.
Do you happen to have a pair of goggles of night vision?
Did you happen to have some coin?
I sure do. What's it gonna cost?
How much coin do you have?
I have about 500.
Kind of looks at Vincent, thinks to himself for a moment. I'll see what I can do. I'll put it in the fucking box. If we have him, as he kind of begins to root around, you can see he opens the chest, and there's like a spray of dust. You hear rumbling around it. He's throwing shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to find the fucking goggles of night yet.
So you guys are able to sit there and watch as Damien slowly assembles this shipment for you. Kind of just...
Yeah.
So,
Steve would
how
have
are we supposed to get this out
sat
of here?
down. Steve is sitting down and chanting in Goblin and would eventually finish casting Prayer of Healing. So anyone who needs it can get 22 health back.
Holy.
Excellent.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sure
Thank you very
that.
much, Steve.
I'm assuming Faye still kind of looks a little pale, heavy breath.
Yeah, a lot.
How does Clarion look?
I'm
after
assuming I have
getting-
to. I have a condition.
What about Clarion? Is he
If you fail to save, you're also looking pale and haggard, kind of odd.
It's off.
got it? Oh, Vincent, how are we supposed to get this out of here? Fuck it out. Have
You have
somewhere.
arms and legs, don't you? We'll fucking
Do
help you.
have. You have arms and legs. It's just a matter of a certain tunnel you want us to use, so it's not a.
If we're putting
Walking
requests
out.
in, do we have a bag of holding?
I was just about to say, speak up, like, whatever can fit in here. I could. It probably has about 450 pounds left.
Me, Vincent, they're right. Watch. As you see Damien kind of runs back and he just kind of slams a bag of holding over one of the crates and it disappears in. He's like, oh, wait. Yeah, let's go through the gate with all this shit. Yeah, as he one by one
Convenient.
goes around and just like throws shit into the bag of holding, basically. He just puts it over crates and chests and barrels.
Thank you.
You're doing great work, Damien. Just while we're down here, before we leave, should we try to investigate where that thing came from, just to make sure that these people don't get attacked again?
It's up to Vincent and Damien. You think you're secure down here?
I think
I
we'll be fine.
mean-
Just need to, keep a little better fucking eye out. We didn't expect anything to be down here except for the rats, Dealt with rats before, but never dealt with big hulking motherfuckers that are made of boils and shit. Never
Yeah,
been
that's the
seen
part
that
that
close together.
concerns me.
Did you go right? We were told not to go right. Did
Who
you
the
go
fuck
right?
told you not to go right?
I don't know, some kid from up on the docks.
The
Don't
guy
fuck-
who showed us down to the sewers.
Fucking hell. Do you listen to everyone who tells you shit? Just blind faith?
Well,
Kinda
not
looks at the
really.
lot of you.
I
We're
mean,
walking into sewer, so I imagine
his
can't see
directions
anything.
led us to you, so I mean, it seems like what he told us was right for the most part.
Right. Right. Anyways, he kind of makes his way over and just slings the bag of holding over his shoulder.
Downright nothing? Is there nothing downright that we need to be concerned about?
He shrugs. I
Enough.
wouldn't worry about it.
What is your manpower down here? Because if it's just the two of you, I would be concerned about being in these sewers.
Well, we got more people who come down and around, as things go on, but we got other people up at the top now doing all the shit during the day, doing the dealing and the wheeling, as it were.
Alright, fair enough.
Understood.
You see all the fucking beds over there as he points to the room that you were in where there were definitively bedrolls and the like.
Yeah.
Oh, those are bedrolls? I thought those were pillars.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh shit, there
Well,
are
I mean-
bedrolls.
if you're sure you don't want us to check out wherever that thing came from, then that's fine.
Well, I
Do you
wouldn't
want-
worry too much about it. Look, we can do this if it comes back. As he walks over, he's like, Vincent kind of looks up at, don't fuck. Damien steps behind into this room here, and he's like, what's this? As he steps forward and claps his hands, he watches a stone wall will appear in front of where he just stood.
Dang it.
Pretty impressive.
Okay, so they're
Pushes his
pretty
head back
simple.
through. Yeah, fucking weird. He was here when we got here. It was very strange, very fun. I like it.
Is that symbol on the ground actually there?
It is. It seems to be faded beyond recognition.
Okay.
Damn.
Kind of worn. Like,
Is it just you? Or is it just you? Or can I do it?
Sorry.
I've never had anyone else try it. Try it.
Was it you did? You clapped, right?
Yeah.
Wanna clap?
You're standing on that side, Clarion. Nothing happens, and he kind of.
Yeah, I come over there, Damien.
Throws up a wall between you and him. You hear this? No. Very muffled.
Fair enough.
Alright,
Am I
well,
smart
how about
enough?
we get on
Am
out
I
here?
smart enough to piece out together that it has to be on that side?
Are you?
And tell him to 16.
That's. If you think you can put that together, that's your character, buddy. As you are standing there, Vincent just kind of watches. He's kind of got his head, like, finger against his forehead as he watches Damien's display. You need to escort them out, idiot.
Go to bed yet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And watches Damien steps back out. All right, let's go. Yeah.
I'll be right there. And Lethamir will walk up to Vincent and he'll hand over 50 gold and say, get yourself a health potion. And thanks for the wares.
You would nod and tuck the potion away. As Damien
I
walks
am
up.
gold, not a potion.
Hmm.
Sorry.
All right, we going? We going? Getting the fuck out.
Sounds like it.
All right.
Hey, Faye.
That's,
Just to check, do you still know sending spell?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking, might come in handy if next supply run we can actually send a message ahead of time.
Well, now that I know them, that's a possibility as long as they don't freak their shit.
Steve
Someone
now
tells
too
them.
can help.
Okay.
Reggie.
Thank you, Reggie. As long as someone goes to either of these two, I suppose it could happen.
What's the odds of something happening to these two in this fine town?
0. We'll be fine. We'll even fine. Right, Vincent? Fucking get out of here.
Does Damien still have the boils on him?
He seems like he's got like a little bit of a festering bite, but he looks like compared to Vincent, he looks okay.
And does Vincent still have the boils on him?
Vincent looks much better. He's got no boils on him. He just looks kind of like tired.
Okay.
Almost dying and everything.
Alright, come on. Got some shit to do. So how the fuck did you all meet Sirius as he starts to make his way out?
Long story. How did Vincent gets attacked by the boil monster first? You get rats.
Yeah.
Look at the draw, it seems.
Yeah. Well, I was small, you know, I'm very small, and I don't attract much attention as he drops into the refuse. And
I mean, makes you fairly easy prey.
meh.
I don't know. I would like to insight check him.
I mean, you have no fucking clue. I mean, this guy seems like completely genuine, has no clue what's going on.
Alright.
Yeah, just before we go, did you have any luck? Did you find the goggles that I was after?
If I did, they're in the crate. Maybe ask your friend when you get back, yeah?
Okay, no problem.
It might be a little bit of a hassle to like pull them out now. I don't know. I put a lot of shit in the crates.
Have I been handed back the bag?
He has it on his shoulder as he wants to carry it with their cargo in it.
You do know I want that back, right?
Oh yeah, I'll give it back. Of course.
Insight check.
Nice. Yeah, can I inside that?
Yeah, sure.
12.
Fuck, 8.
Best you can tell, he's gonna give it back. You guys did just save his life. You think he would have no real
True,
reason
yeah.
to do it. As much as he is associated with the knockwater.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Sirius is a fine, upstanding person, the Fae.
Alright, go. As he begins to make his way back through. As with Damien's guidance, you guys are led easily back through the sewers into that grate that you came in through. Alright, up. Out you go.
Well, at least we are gonna smell like the common folk around here now.
Well, yeah, I resent that. As he stands there and just looks up at you.
Hey, but actually, before we go out, real quick, and I will cast Prestidigitation to kind of make us. Let's just get the dirt off.
I'm using my clothes of mending to get everything mixed up.
Try and get the dirt off. I don't really worry about the smell, but more just like to not make it look like we've just been fighting so that we don't attract as much attention from the guards.
Reggie, how's your day looking? How's your disguise?
Is what?
Oh, you know, he colored his hair a little bit. Thought I saw some mud in there.
Damien just looks at Steve.
So, are you coming up with us, Damien, or are you staying down here?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you all the way to the outside. I imagine you. Nice people can't really might have some issues navigating with the guards all around. Yeah, I can show you your way out pretty easy.
We have a cart parked, which we'd like to bring our stuff back to.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that.
do you happen to know a Gavin? Blacksmith named Gavin? In town?
Taps his chin.
Can't say that I do. No. I don't know many people who are of the upstanding type.
Oh, well,
Professionals
I've heard
know
about
that.
it. Alright, well, fair enough. If you happen to find them next time you see some of our people come by, give them a direction if you happen to meet them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds good to me.
He will stand up, and he'll just climb the ladder deftly. You'll watch he'll get to the top, hit that sewer grate, and he'll just kind of lift it off with little to no effort.
When we get to the top of it outside, can I try to identify how, like, take in the surroundings to see if I can identify it if I ever
You
come
guys
back?
have already done it about 3 times. I don't think there's any.
Oh, okay,
you're not
that's
gonna
fine.
get anything better at this point.
Can I just take a piece of chalk and mark the grate, like with a little line on it?
I
You can try, yeah.
Do I
Unless
notice
I
this?
get vetoed.
do I notice this with a passive of 16?
I think anyone can notice this. Eric kind of pulls a piece of chalk out of his bag.
Maybe marking a location in our business is not
Yeah.
the best idea.
All right, fair enough. I pocket it without marking.
They yeah.
All right, Damien, lead the way.
Yeah. He begins to walk his way back through Caracality. Kind of obviously quick with his step, and he aptly guides you guys through Caracaldir. With little to no troubles, he takes you back to the gate, and you see the carriage stable kind of comes into view. The man looks up and sees Damien leave. He's like, "Oh, fuck me." He sees Damien waves and just kind of walks and just jumps up into your cart. And you hear this as he turns the bag of holding inside out.
On our
Hey.
on our way back to the cart, can I have like looked around to see if that guy was watching us or following us back out?
Sure.
14.
Doesn't see him.
Okay, no problem.
As you can hear this crash as Damien offloads the entirety of the bag of holding into your cart, and then kind of, all right, as he steps back up and dusts his hands off.
Does he keep the bag of holding?
And leaves the bag.
Faye has her hand out.
He kind of looks at you, Faye, sees your hand out, and kind of. And he can't blame a guy for trying. As he reaches into this coat and just kind of pulls the bag out slowly. He's like ruffled it up and crimped it a little bit, and just holds it out to you.
She'll take it. It is her bag, right?
Roll investigation.
It was.
She'll just take her dagger and put it in there. Does it bag of holding?
Yeah, it seems to.
Investigation, you say?
Yeah.
I hate the lack of a straight answer sometimes.
Best as you can tell, yeah, looks like it.
Oh, that's quality.
Alright.
And he kind of just smiles at you, and he's like, "Sorry for the trouble, miss. You know, we don't come across all that kind of fancy shit that often ever since the war started. Been kind of at a loss for all the nice things we used to be able to sell. But I, of course, would never roll up from someone like you." And he would just give you a little bit of a bow and smile.
I'm gonna take out gold piece and just, like I said, just keep an eye out for Gavin. Gavin the blacksmith, keep an eye out, please. Put it in his palm.
Oh, yeah. Gavin the blacksmith, gotcha. I'll certainly keep an eye out for him when I'm in the... Hear, like, passive perception, Clarion, you can hear him, but when I'm in the fucking sewers, yeah, totally. He ducks it away.
Steve is gonna walk up to Damien and hold out his hand. High five.
All right. So give Steve a proper high five. I like this.
Steve looks to Clarion very confused.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the right high five.
A kid who doesn't know how to do a fucking high five to a place like this, with people like us.
Listen, I've been trying to teach him, you know, baby steps.
I mean, this kid saved Vincent, so...
Yeah, it's about to say also, be careful how you're talking about
Yes,
the
place.
kid.
Oh, I'm not
Careful how
talking
you talk
bad
about
about
Reggie.
him. I'm just saying. You guys must really be like the Knockwaters.
As he nods a little bit.
Steve, in the
Walking around with
background.
both of his kids.
Now that Steve is just gonna climb into the cart a little bit so that he's, you know, out of view of like guards and stuff, and he's gonna cast Mage Hand and start practicing high fiving.
Steve kind of climbs in his head, like kind of rattle and shuffle as you climb in amongst the supplies that is just kind of strewn about inside. There's no order to it whatsoever.
Faye's gonna find all of her stuff that was in the bag and put it back.
Damien watches just with a smile on his face. All right, I think I'm done. I think I've done all I need to do for you. Good to see you. Good to meet you. Hope you have a good time. Don't get killed on the way back. Don't get hit by merchants or not merchants, mercenaries. Get them confused sometimes. And tell Sirius I say hello. Tell him if he ever steals from me or Vincent again, I'm gonna fucking kill him. As he holds up the knife.
Again?
Again?
Fair enough.
Do
We'll
tell,
relay
my
the
friend.
message.
Do tell.
As he walks over and just kind of
Let's get back home.
scrapes off a bit of the paint, you can faintly see that there is another company's name underneath.
I want paid for the fucking wagon next time you come back. When you pay us for all that, yeah?
We'll pass it
relay
along.
that. I'll pass it along. I mean, you are fantastic. Is Hay still there?
Oh yeah, this guy. I mean, he's kind of standing there off to the side, and it's just like, kind of has his head in his hands before he shakes his head and just walks away. He's got his gold.
I want to talk to Hay, actually. I want to talk to Hay when Damien leaves.
Alright, Damien, like,
All right, good to see you all. See you around. He will turn and with a jaunt to his step, he will make his way back into Caracaldir as you lose him almost instantly.
Yep. Walk up to Hay and pull out another 3 gold pieces, and say, first, that's for helping out. Second, just like I told him, if you happen to Gavin a blacksmith, tell the next crew to come by.
Yeah, gotcha. Keep a lookout.
He's a stable hand, right?
Yeah, or he looks to not be a stable hand. He seems to like own this small little stable where people are kind of parking horses or coaches as they go into the city for the day.
Nah, he's probably not prime material to go to Fort Vega Path as our stable guy. He's probably making way more here than he would ever make with us.
Yes, he's... Well... No. Well, salary and all that. Which is...
Anything
Can I search the back of the cart for the goggles if they're in there?
Not now.
Okay, all good.
Alright.
Well, onward back to camp.
Back to camp it is.
Are there still children milling about?
Yeah,
There's the refugee part.
You'd make your way out. There, in that little refugee area, you would see children going out.
Alright.
Much less in play. It's getting closer to night.
How many children exactly? Because I'm gonna toss each of them a gold piece.
Oh,
Oh lord.
I love you, heart. I love that heart. You're gonna cause like an entire crowd to surround us.
Please don't do that.
There'll be other times.
16 children?
50 or 60.
Oh.
And each of those children has at least one parent.
Yeah, 1 gold is not gonna cover this. This is a fucking shithole. Say this very clear. I'm looking at where I would generally imagine the nobles to be. Say fucking pricks.
Yeah, you can definitely see the alabaster keep kind of rising above Ivory Keep, at least. The White Castle that kind of dominates the far side of Caracaldir, rising over.
Harold and Clary and go to White Castle.
Please, try not to speak so poorly of them.
As you make your way back, riding along the road to Fort Vega Path, you'd see a couple things of note. As you pass by that camp where you had met those individuals earlier in the night, you would see as you go by, they appear to not be there. The camp is still there, obviously. The fire is out, and you don't notice any.
Is there conflict or just people not there?
Oh, please don't be.
I'm not looking too intensely. I'm just looking maybe like any fairly obvious signs of conflict.
Doesn't appear to be as you kind of glance around. It's pretty quiet. It's a nice night.
I'm just hoping we don't.
Further along the road, you would eventually make it back to camp, though on the way you would see as they're kind of pulling in or getting close. Tavok, Ayula, Jirjix, and Rala all seemingly making their way out of the camp, actually.
Hello.
Oh, he's heading out, are
Hello.
you?
It's awfully late to head out, isn't it?
Excuse me.
Manners, Tilson. That's a first.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Can I dive into the cart and start searching for the goggles? Fuck!
And you guys would see it as these guys walk out. Tilson looks fucking pissed. There is anger in his eyes. Those of you that know him, his eyes are fucking empty, cold. There is this frost just exuding from him.
Holy.
Are you okay?
Listen. Okay. This is.
You just see a Jurgix turn and just wave you guys off, just like.
Hi guys.
Hi.
He's brandishing his greatsword. He is. His eyes are currently set somewhere off in the distance. It appears that he is currently walking in the distance of the enemy war camp.
Is this a good idea, Tilson? You need reinforcements. Are you okay? This is not a good idea. What are you doing?
He does not say anything. He just keeps walking.
You just
I'm
from
gonna
a
ask
Jurgix.
again. I'm gonna ask again in Draconic.
You're just seeing this whole time from a Jurgix who's doing that thing, just like the
Hand wave like no?
like the you know where you just kind of run your hand across your neck, just like stop, like no, hadn't stop.
You would
Steve,
also notice.
put past message to Ayula.
Say, what going on? Why angry?
I think somebody died. We're going to get revenge now.
If you're coming with me, let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with you tomorrow.
Ulan should head home.
Are you going to Snowden Forces?
We'll see how far we get.
How far you get, or take it out on one camp, I guess. But anything, you seem very upset.
Lathamir would hop off the thing and go to follow.
And not following, but he is getting off the cart.
If you need help, I'll come.
No. Stay. I just need these 3. That'll be enough. Thank you.
What do you need us to do, sir?
He killed a lot of my people. If you're going to get revenge, I want a piece.
Listen, this is very dangerous. Alright.
Mission I set out to do is finished. We're back here at camp. If you're going, I'm coming with you.
One more then. Fine. If you so choose. The rest of you, get back to the camp. We'll be back soon.
I'm gonna walk over to Ayula. You sure about this?
Well, I don't want him to die, and I'm a healer, so
He's
I'm
going.
with him.
Whatever happened, this is not him. We shouldn't encourage this. This is not a good idea. None of you are gonna be able to stop him.
If I may.
Protection. And I would kind of gesture to the bird that's with us.
Having some idea of blood vengeance, there's not a damn word any of us can say it's going to change the corporal's mind.
I know.
Does Oliver have the means to do something? No disrespect, of course.
There's very few people in the camp that I would have practically no worry about. He's just going to point to Tilson, but that man is one who is only a little bit beneath the demigods.
Eric, don't feed his ego. This is a dangerous. This is one of our strongest assets. We shouldn't.
And
No, they.
Terrible
I'm not
idea,
denying.
Wilson, you realize that. You realize this is a terrible idea. Is no one going to
Oh no,
encourage this?
I said that this was a bad idea, but there's
We all
no
live
stopping
on
him.
terrible ideas.
It-
This is just mine.
Jujix is just gonna walk up to Clary and say, enough.
We need to go. I want to be back before sunrise. And, Tolson will levy his great sword as this frost does still exude from him, and his sword will fucking glow radiance. He is fucking ready.
Well,
Lethmere will ready his bow and stand behind him.
Ready the camp for another raid.
I'm gonna look at Tilson. I fucking hate this. I'm gonna approach him friendlily, put my hand on him, and I'm gonna cast Dark Vision, so he's able to at least see in the dark. Better be fucking back. Fucking idiot.
You would see as Oliver would briefly fly off of Tilson's shoulder to go up to Clarion and kind of bop his head into Clarion's cheek the way he does to a lot of people. Almost as if to say, like, it's okay. It'll be okay. You get a vibe of reassurance from it. And then he'll go back and perch on Tilson's shoulder again.
Fucking idiots. I'm walking back.
Eric actually completely understands this, and he'll stand, tell him, give him hell.
They'll pay. And he will walk the fuck away, stomping.
Ayla would wave by and kind of gesture for Lethamere to follow. And she would also take off into the darkness.
I'll turn back and say, stay safe, guys. I'll be back by morning.
Keep them alive, alright?
I'll do my best.
She'll hand him the storybook that she got from, I think, Rolla. They can apparently can stabilize someone if they go down.
Aaron would
Good to
also
know.
give
Thank you.
Eula his wind fan. In case you need it.
Thank you. What is this?
Wind fan. You blow it, and big ass wind comes by. People on their asses.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Put it back. Essentially.
Hey, Eula. Eric will slip her potion of healing, just in case.
I appreciate it.
I guess those following Tilson, we are off.
You guys are psychotic.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know, but I'm
Like,
going.
Faye just knows, like, when, like, I would assume she sees the Vog and she's just like, there's no stopping that.
That's exactly where Eric is. Yep, just like, yep, nope. Nah.
If Judix hadn't said something, Clary was probably at the point. It's like, we can. He's mentally thinking, all of us could take Tilson.
Oh, hell no.
All of us could take Tilson if we had to stop him.
Oh, actually, before, I don't know if any of you could use it, but probably won't do shit anyways. I do have one of their robes. The Snowden people. She'll pull out, like, the Snowden robe.
Oh, cool.
maybe one of you guys can do something with it. I've been meaning to make my way down there and try, but afraid I'd probably end up dead.
I think tells
Well-
me I'm not doing the subtle route.
Anything would work. And Lethamir will take it.
So is the cart still there? Because me and Lathamir got down. Is anyone driving the cart?
Faye, this entire time has just been chugging away.
Steve is still doing high five practice.
Oh my god.
He's determined.
I have a high
Where are
five
we
from
headed,
Steve.
Tilson?
Hey, you look what I touched, Steve.
Okay.
This happens before the whole Tilson shit. Let's just do it again for normal sake.
Those who are going with Tilson, go with Tilson. Those of you who are staying.
Are you guys doing this tonight?
No.
Tomorrow night.
Okay, okay.
Oh, this shit's gonna be fucking hype. This is a hell of a way to bring in the new year, guys.
Yeah. That's how I'm gonna spend my New Year's
Stream,
Eve.
stream.
I just got back. What did I miss?
Oh,